bad feeling about this.
Unmute and shove.
Whammo, we're here. Alright, this is my first time using just OBS. Usually I use Streamlabs, but I'm going to try to keep it so the Streamlabs is for the Nephilim channel and actual OBS is for Y-Wing. That way I don't have to keep changing stream keys and shit.
Baldur's Goat 3. Sorry.
What?
Somebody sent me a picture. It's best pun ever. Terrible pun of the day. Baldur's Goat 3.
Nice.
And everybody's goats.
Alright, well, fellas, we are gathered here
I'm ready.
today to discuss Star Wars Celebration 2025.
Yay!
A la
Star
Japan.
Wars.
New Star Wars stuff. Did anyone get a chance to do the homework? And get a chance to do the required reading?
I tried.
I read
and then
the links.
I was watching it for like 5 minutes, and then my brain started to melt. So sorry.
What, Andor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I don't blame you.
I couldn't do it.
I don't blame you. So what should we start with first, then? Should we just start with Andor, or should we go through actual SWC and see what happens?
choice.
Let's save the worst one that's gonna melt my brain for last, because then I can rant about it.
Well, actually,
I'll have something to
first thing I want to do is let's go over the panel here. We've got, obviously, I am, of course, your host, the Y-Wing, also known as Nephilim. Still trying to figure out how that works.
Nephilim hosting the Y-Wing.
Yeah, Nephilim host. Oh, you're right. I should just do it that way. That makes way more sense. Then we have Indiana TTV. Indy, how you doing?
I am good. I'm in my kitchen.
What are you up to right now? Aside from being in your kitchen, like I'm talking about like projects wise.
Oh, I was drinking some milk in my kitchen. No, I've been chilling lately. I've been playing Sons of the Forest and Oblivion, the remaster.
How is that so far?
That is an amazing game, and we don't have time to talk about it if we're going to talk about Star Wars, because I will keep us here all night.
Okay.
Also, Rogue Trader. I've been playing a lot of Rogue Trader, but that's another what's a Warhammer thing, so I'm going to stop talking now.
All right, and then we have Matthew Prime. What's up, Matt?
I just said he had to go to the bathroom.
Oh. We're going to skip Matt. And then we have the Viking himself, Zay. How you doing, Zay?
I'm here.
Apparently I had a whole other audio source from my camera. For some reason my camera started recording audio. I don't know why. But
That was weird.
what about you, Zay? What have you been up
really
to? We
important
just
stuff.
finished a repo stream.
Yeah,
We did.
I'm trying to get back into streaming. I've been struggling a lot lately with thinking about rebranding and choosing a different username. I'm just not sure where I would go.
No, you need
No,
to
don't.
stay Zay.
Yeah,
I
just
think-
stick with it. You already have
Yeah.
all the. It's
I
better
know,
to just
everybody
take a
knows
break.
Me as Zay, and it's that. It wasn't so much choosing a different name as it was trying to change it up so it's no longer the weird Zaydao the way I have it spelled, and something like Zay Gaming or something. I don't know. I've been struggling with it, but I think I'm just gonna keep it. And I'm Zay. Haha, me.
Zay works.
And every
Well,
time I
Andy,
walk into
wonder
a room,
what-
people hear.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good
your
thing.
branding.
That's terrifying. I would be scared. I don't want to be sacrificed to an elder god.
Yes, I see
Either way.
you, little one. I see
I
you.
spent
She
so
really wants to
long
play
finding that soundbite of the opening for God of War 2018.
All right.
Oh man.
What are your projects in the future, Zay? What else are you trying to work on?
I'm trying to get back into editing videos now that I don't have schoolwork to worry about until like October.
That's
I
fine.
have a lot more time.
You and me are pretty much
So-
the same boat. I'm like, oh, I don't have school anymore. I should edit more videos. I edited that my Andor video should be up now. I edited that shit in like 2 hours. Really proud of myself.
I'm trying to also rearrange the office because I need to clean it up a little bit and fix
Andy
some
has a
things.
new computer with 3 monitors now. Sorry, I was just thinking out loud.
bragging very much. Here I am with my 2. I only have my
I have
2.
3 too.
No. Okay, so I bought a new computer and I haven't streamed. I've only streamed once with it. but it's a 5070 Ti Ryzen 9 900 9000 whatever the water. It's nice,
That all means
and
nothing to
I had
me.
two. It's very very expensive and very nice. That's all you need to know. And I had it set up for 2 monitors, and then I was looking at my graphics card, and I was like, "Oh, there's DVI ports. I could put more monitors. I have enough ports on my computer that I could have up to 6 monitors. I just don't have the room because I have several monitors that I'm
Aren't
not
two
using,
of them?
and I would."
Typically, 2 of those are off of the motherboard, though. And if you're using a graphics card, I thought the integrated graphics for the motherboard didn't work.
I have 4 on the. No, it absolutely works.
Huh.
I have 2 screens that I'm using for gaming and streaming, and then my third screen that I'm using is straight off the motherboard,
Oh, weird.
and it's HDMI.
So that means I have even more options. Huh.
Yeah, my graphics card has 3 ports, 2 DVI, 1 HDMI, and then my motherboard has 1 DVI. No, so 5 screens. I could put 5 screens.
Yeah, I'm in about the same
Right.
boat.
I just don't have enough room. If I had the room,
I just got a new desk, and honestly, I'm a little upset at how little the surface area is. But part of that is because the monitor stands that I have take up a lot of space from the back of the desk.
see, I got a desk-mounted stands for my monitors.
Well, no, mine is desk mounted too, but it's not made for this desk, so it sticks out
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
further. Because I got the Magnus from Secret Lab, because sit stand desk and magnet and nice.
Yeah, those are
So
cool.
my plan is to get their stacking stand so that I can have my one nice monitor kind of offset to the side a little, and then have my other 2 stacked to the left, so I don't have to. It's not as wide.
Oh, that would work. Yeah.
Also, give me 1 second. I'm sure my roommate's voice is bleeding through. I gotta close my door.
Well, while we're waiting for Matt to come back from the poop, I called it earlier. I thought it was going to be for the stream, but it turns out it was for the podcast, and Matt was going to have to poop beforehand.
Hello? Can you not hear me? I'm right here.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, never mind.
I've been here the whole time. I guess the fucking I don't know. Shit,
I was here
shit
the whole
broke,
time,
okay?
actually.
Shit fucking broke.
Matt, what are you up
Here, I
to
thought y'all
lately?
were-
What are you up to lately? This is your introduction, real quick, and then we'll move
What
into
have I been
Andor.
up to lately? I have been doing some just standard streaming, playing with some friends that I have met through the internets. Don't trust what your moms tell you, kids. You can meet friends on the internet. Just don't go meet them in person.
That's where 90% of my friends are from.
And don't get into the van. Don't get into the
I'm
van.
actively planning around to doing a trip around the country for work when I journey out as an electrician and come meet all of you fuckers.
That would be awesome.
Hell yeah, you know
That would be
sounds like
fun.
a good-ass time.
But
You know,
you'll never get me out of my house.
Oh, I don't plan to
Who
get
said
you
you had to
out of
leave
your
the
house.
house?
I just plan
I
on at
don't
least
plan on
dropping
all the
by
things
and being like,
all the
"Hi."
things I want to do with you, Indy, are currently going to be in your house.
No, just attach his
Oh,
house like they do in
no!
Funny
No,
Parts in
he's-
House.
In one particular room, on one particular piece of furniture.
The toilet.
Hell yeah. Zay knows what's up. Zay knows me so well.
I regret being born already.
All right, fellas.
I just regret life.
Why don't we go ahead and start with the elephant in the room, and that is Andor Season 2. Only Indy was the only one who got to watch any of it, right?
Yeah.
I only watched like 10 minutes at max, and I'm
spent
trying
too
to
long
bleed it
grocery
out, so I don't
shopping after
remember.
work.
Which
Yeah.
which of you saw Season 1?
Me.
I did not, but I've heard
I-
nothing but bad things.
I watched it with my family and we liked it.
I liked Season 1.
The only thing is, as soon as I realized who Andor was, it kind of ruined it for me.
Well, that was the biggest issue with Season 1 was I didn't give a fuck about casting Andor in Season 1.
For me,
I
it
don't
was
know
the
any
whole,
of it.
Oh,
Thank
look,
God.
the main character for the series fucking dies, and we've seen it happen.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I just released a full video reviewing the entire first 3 episodes of Season 1. I guess I should give you guys some. Apparently, the total budget for both seasons of this show is $675 million.
Jesus.
The
God
first
damn.
season was about 250 of that 675 million. So this season is somewhere around $500 million somehow. I'm not sure how.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money for a bunch of bullshit. 'Cause I'm already like, I
I
watched
believe my math is
5
right.
minutes. I watched the opening, and it was like, "Welcome to Star Wars." And I was like, done.
Let's keep in. Let's see here. Yes, $645 million spending.
Great.
I'm sorry. Okay, so sorry. The cost of making the whole show is $645. This second season cost $290 million.
Oh, so
Roughly-
budget
That's too
cuts,
much.
huh?
$40 million per episode. Let's remember, Kenobi had $80 million in its budget.
Okay, I liked Kenobi though.
Acolyte had 180.
I didn't watch Acolyte.
108.
as
Sorry,
if-
$118 million.
It seems as if the more money they spend, the worse it gets.
You would be absolutely correct, Matt. This season, I don't understand how this season costs $40 million an episode, because the first 3 episodes of this show is just people fucking talking. That's it.
boring.
Oh yeah,
There's
the
like-
most expensive
That's like the
feature ever.
first 10 episodes of that time I was
Conversation.
reincarnated as a slime
There's
in
like-
season 2, and it had all that hype, and it was just talking for
There's like
5 episodes. 6
4
episodes.
instances of
Yeah.
special effects that I could think of that wouldn't require just a green screen, like some require like the TIE Fighter animation, or animating one of the animals that attacks the group, or a speeder bike animation. I don't understand. I don't know how they did it. This is going to tie into what we talk about later when we go over some of the upcoming projects.
I
But
swear to God, this is just a money laundering scheme through Disney.
it is. I have been saying that for that's
Would not
exactly
surprise
what's
me.
happening.
Would not
That's so
surprise
the
me.
Acolyte. The Acolyte 100% was a money laundering scheme.
That show was so fucking
Why
bad.
don't
Yeah.
it just be like a contract thing that they have to make a certain amount of fucking Star Wars
here's the-
content before they can just completely own the IP to do whatever the fuck they want.
And again, I will reiterate, I liked season 1 of Andor. I think it was one of the best things that Disney Lucasfilm has done.
Yeah, you did say that.
This season 2 is the biggest drop off I could have possibly. I had more fun watching Acolyte, because at least Acolyte was funny to meme. It was so bad
Yeah,
that it was
yeah.
memeable. This season so far is just boring. Like nothing.
See, this is why I'm just waiting for that Cryptic Studios to release that Lycan film.
The what film?
I sent you the TikTok, that animated Clone Wars film.
Oh,
called
that
Lycan.
one. Yeah. Well, you said Lycan. I was thinking like Underworld or World of Darkness or something. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah,
I
right.
was thinking plants for some reason. I don't
Oh.
know why.
A lychee, yes.
No, actually, like
Like
Lycan.
Star Wars plants.
Oh, like
Yeah,
a lichen, like the moss. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
like the moss.
Lychen. Yeah.
Understand now.
I was like,
Yeah.
they're making a show about plants? I'll watch that.
I would rather
No,
watch
no,
that
no,
than
no,
watch
no.
another fucking episode of Andor.
Yeah, no.
Bro, there's a kind of
lichen-
carnivorous lichen that eat mammals. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
What baffles me
But
is
this-
the. I'm sorry, Zay. Go ahead.
No, it's this one is
just went out.
for those who don't know, it's a fan-made animated film about the Clone Wars, and it follows a squad, and like they've released a
Oh.
couple trailers and some stuff and showing
I
some
think
of
I
the
know
behind the
exactly what
scenes
you're
stuff.
talking about.
Dude, it looks great. And I want it to come out, and they kept saying it was supposed to release sometime in April earlier this year, and I've heard hiding her hair, so I'm hoping
You know
that it's
Disney
just
got to them. They
Ah,
sent out
God,
toodles
I
to go
hope not.
get they
They
go
just-
silence that shit.
Because
they
that's what
just
they do.
re-released the trailer again.
Oh well, then I don't
Like
know.
they just redid the trailer again as a release on their YouTube and TikTok too. And I'm just like, I'm hoping that they can at least get it out there, because it looks so much better than anything Disney Star Wars has given us,
Yep.
except for maybe season 1 of Mandalorian. But like, I don't know.
Mandalorian. I didn't watch it, but I did see a bunch of like the stuff on YouTube because people post clips of the show.
Matt, what have you watched? Out of curiosity.
Nothing. I don't watch anything anymore.
Oh.
All the shit that I actually managed to consume media wise comes from either YouTube or me coming across it just randomly.
I'll give you a link. I'll
I
give
just
you a
watch
link to my
anime.
Holocron stuff, and I'll tell you what stuff you should watch. Just to
Got
have-
it.
Just
we'll
to have.
check it out at some point.
If
One
it's
and a half
not
times.
Warhammer or anime, I couldn't care less.
But
I've
like,
completely given up on Star Wars.
I think like the biggest problem.
Well,
with,
I
Disney's-
constantly-
with anything with Disney in general is that if you take like clips of it out of context, like maybe 5 minutes at most, it's actually pretty good. But
Yeah,
then
but
once you put it all together as
coherently.
one big coherent
There are
consecutive
there are
episode, it's not.
there are cool scenes. There are cool
Yeah, that's
scenes
what I
in
mean.
there are cool scenes in Acolyte. There are cool scenes in Kenobi. There are cool scenes in Ahsoka. Does not mean the show is good.
See, that was
exactly.
just about to say every fight in the Acolyte, if you isolate it by itself and don't say this is Star Wars and that's a Jedi, they're pretty fucking cool.
Except the
But as soon
as you
except the part where the
realize that the
90-pound kid was
Jedi-
holding back a Wookiee with like a
Okay,
reverse
well,
hand
that-
grip.
see-
See,
First episode.
I haven't seen those ones though. That's the thing. For me, this stuff that happened in the few episodes that I did watch, the fights were choreographed great, the action was good, but then you went, wait, that's a trained Jedi during the time of the High Republic. Why didn't they draw their lightsaber ever?
Why are they using kung fu?
I think
Yeah, that
it's just
kinda
one of
pisses
those
me
things.
off.
People were like, yeah, they said that Star Wars was based off of Asian culture, right? Is this the right one?
Oh yeah, based
No.
off set Kurosawa film specifically, and they decided to go with Chinese kung fu instead.
Weird
Why even
side
use Kung Fu
tangent,
at all?
but
Why not just use the Force of that?
Or your goddamn lightsaber.
exactly.
But just a
Just
little,
pulls
little
out-
bit
Yeah,
of a
that-
side
that-
thing there. Have you guys seen the little video where it's the two Nemoidians from Episode 1, and when Qui-Gon starts cutting through the door, and he's just like, they are breaking through, because the other guy, he just goes, oh fuck.
I have seen that. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was an actual clip. I was like, it was on TikTok, and I was like scrolling through, and I was like, oh, that's from Star Wars Episode 1. He's like, they're breaking through. Oh fuck!
Yeah, just
And then he like
just
draws a
it's-
dick in the door.
It is the actual fucking part from the film. They are breaking through. Goes to the voice. What is it? Newt Gunray, right?
Yeah.
And he's just,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
oh
Newt
fuck.
Well, I'm glad we didn't have to dwell too hard on Andor because nothing fucking happens, and I think this season, this episode 4 has to take a drastic turn for me to actually give the show a pass rating. What I wanted to talk about was the fucking, oh my god, the fucking media, man.
The media,
No matter how much you hate the media, it's not enough.
No,
They
You
are
can always hate more.
they are slobbering over this fucking show. They're like, there's like Andor is the most expensive Star Wars project so far, and it for a good reason. It's,
Is it? Yeah. What's the reason? Tell me. I want to know.
actually, I wanted to check real quick. I want to see if the Rotten Tomato scores stayed where it was. Rotten Tomato score was at 99%. The night it premiered. I doubt it's
What
still
the
at
yeah,
that.
I wonder how much of that is actually paid.
I
to be
imagine
popular.
once people actually started watching it, it fell. I'm gonna check real quick.
I liked
Let's hope so.
the thing of the panel for the actors for that show, and they were just like, we thought about the fans at every episode, and then I hear about the first two, and it's like, did you?
Like, which
Really?
fans?
Did
The
they
ones
have
that blow air
did they
around?
have a choice?
The outcome was 99. What the fuck? It was okay. The thing closed. It closed this
that's
morning.
not ominous
It
at
closed
all.
this morning, so it didn't even have a full weekend to actually go through. It closed.
Fantastic.
The market closed. Ow! Don't actually bite me. What's wrong with you? Sorry, dog bit me.
The dog's
Anyway,
biting.
yeah, they are slobbering over this show. That's why I'm waiting for my good old negative YouTubers to be like, okay. I watched Star Wars Theory cover his first bit, and he was just as bored of it as I was, and he's actually a little more lenient on these things. Like he usually gives like the benefit of the doubt for some of these things, and he's like, I was so fucking bored, dude. I was listening to that. Like I finished watching it. I went to the store to get lunch, and then on my way back to start recording, I was listening to his review, and he was like, I was so bored. And I'm like, yeah, man, I feel that. But okay, well that's it for Andor. We can move on from that. God,
Let's Rip
I
that
wanna
Band-Aid off.
say something funny.
You heard that George Lucas is supposed to be coming back to do more stuff for Star Wars? Because he's like, this isn't going the direction that I wanted. And they're like, oh, hey, you want to come back to Star Wars? And he's like, okay, I'll come back to Star Wars if you pay me a lot of money.
He shouldn't come back. He's too old.
I have.
No, he should. He needs to go and find himself a
The can of beans.
a
The
temple
can of beans.
of water.
Can of corn. It was a
Can of corn. Can of corn.
No, he needs his can of corn, take a walk out in the fucking middle of nowhere. Walk off towards the middle of Kansas desert. Get the fuck out of here. But no,
Kansas
now I'm
desert?
looking to... Yes. There are deserts in
It gets
Kansas.
funnier every time. Every time he does this, it gets funnier.
No, but it gets worse because he sold the fucking franchise. Was like, I'm done with Star Wars. I don't want anything to do with it now. And now Andor comes out and he's like, this is the biggest piece of shit I ever seen. You need to hire me to direct because I'm George Lucas and I know my stuff. And they're like, okay, George Lucas, we'll hire you back. What do you want? I want full creative control and $100 billion. And they're like, okay, George Lucas, you can have that. He's like, great. Now I'm gonna go sit in my fucking trailer and put my feet in a goddamn tub of water and grab a lamp and hopefully I don't die doing this because I'm not worth shit. He's worthless. It was all a scam. We had him believing that we were gonna actually get something good when he sold it off to Disney because he was just fucking losing his goddamn his dementia-riddled brain, and then he comes back thinking I'm gonna do any better, and then he directs the first 2 episodes of season 2 of Andor.
Yup.
Damn.
What the fuck is wrong with this man? He sold it out thinking everyone giving the hope that maybe we'll get something good, and then Disney fucks it over. So Disney's like, oh man, we need you to come back, George Lucas, please. We'll do anything, please. They're on their hands and knees praying to their Sky Jedi daddy to give them something, and he comes back and he gives us that bullshit. Take your corn and get the fuck out of here. Go back to Tatooine.
I have all of 2 words to sum up my whole opinion on bringing George Lucas back. Please don't.
Let's not forget, George
You know-
Lucas is the one who picked Kathleen Kennedy to succeed him.
That's great.
Yes.
You know what's funny? I learned more about the entire situation from Indy's rant than I would have ever learned from trying to learn on the internet.
It's not hard to learn from the internet, Matt.
It's not, but you know what? You
And
And
there's
there's
Indy's
like
a
there's like
bloatware.
20 channels you can listen to. They just cover this shit all
Indy
day.
is
All I
entertaining.
I'm
listen
gonna take
to.
the
what
time
it
to go
is.
find them. I'd rather listen to Indy do this all day.
Including the one called The Y-Wing. You can check it out on youtube.com.
Yeah, go check out the Y-Wing.
Yeah, don't forget to check out. Yeah, everyone, we're gonna whisper now.
So, and that
Sorry.
this isn't new to that article, but on that note, since we were talking about it, it was news 2 weeks ago, and I guess news is technically I know we hear this literally like maybe 4 times a year, but Kathleen Kennedy is rumored to be stepping down sometime this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
to be replaced by
boy.
George Lucas. Because he wanted to fucking he wanted to hand his dick off to somebody else, and they're like, "No, stitch that shit back on."
No,
I
I didn't hear anything about George Lucas. I just heard that she's trying to find her replacement, which is going to be someone who's arguably worse. Remember when she was trying to groom fucking Leslie Headland to take over for her?
Yeah, no, we're not. We don't need her to do anything. We need we need the franchise to fucking die. Fucking die and stay dead. Unlike Palpatine, die, stay dead, and then wait for a decent time for a good, like a reboot, like a good, like on Star Wars Day, fucking on movie theaters everywhere, play Empire Strikes Back or some shit.
Or
We
let
don't need this goddamn
fan creators.
constant or fan creators or
Yeah,
use
just
the
let it-
fucking extended universe.
Yep.
No, that's the big
Oh, we'll
thing,
get into
right?
that.
There's all these books and shit out there.
We don't have any source material.
That's a direct Kathleen Kennedy quote.
I know.
It's not
and that's what pisses
canon.
me
We
off so
can't
much
use
worse.
canon. And George Lucas was like, actually,
not canon.
And then-
exactly.
and
And
then-
George Lucas said it was canon.
And then every single fucking project they announce is pulling from the book, just not entirely.
Yeah, they're using
Ahsoka.
non-canon specs anyway.
Ahsoka, let's reference Heir to the Empire, except we're not going to do Heir to the Empire because that's legend stuff.
It's a waste of fucking time and energy, and they're fucking teasing, they're edging everybody along with this fucking idea that they're gonna give us a good fucking Star Wars anything. I don't care what it is, video game, movie, book. I don't
Video
give
game.
a fuck. They have a video game would be fantastic.
video
like a
game.
Good Star Wars game. Media game. I don't want to hear it. New word.
So,
I just made it.
Anybody else remember there was that one time, I think it was an episode of Mandalorian, I think in the newest season or something like that, But when they do that little thing that flashes a bunch of the iconic faces at the beginning, there was one that
Yeah,
people were
Revan.
like, "Hold up, what's that mask?" And it was
Yeah.
fucking Darth Revan's mask.
Yeah.
And it's like, you made him not canon.
Yeah, but why is he there if he's not canon?
No, exactly. It's someone somewhere knows what they're doing and they're fucking with us.
There is
Yeah.
one
That's a cry for
thing in Andor, and they also did it one time in season 1, and they also referenced it once this season so far. The Rakatans are canon now. Well, they were canon.
Right.
They were made canon in season 1 of Andor. They were referenced again one time in this season. It means fucking nothing, though.
No.
Yeah, that
The
doesn't mean
the,
shit.
the whole story is there's like these statues for because the Mon Mothma's daughter's wedding is on Chandrila, and so they're having the wedding there. And they
Shangri-La
revealed
Frontier?
they reveal this statue, and they
No,
were
it's
like,
not this
there
one.
were these 12 statues that were part of ancient Chandrila, and the Rakatans took them, but we are slowly recovering back. This is number 4, and so some shit like that. And they just mentioned the Rakatans in passing, and I'm like, you did the same thing in season 1. Are we gonna like have anything substantial about the Rakatan Empire?
No.
Like
No.
No.
fucking
Never.
fuck us. Anyway,
That
yeah.
would require them actually giving a shit about the content that they've taken over.
On that note, let's go ahead and move on to Star Wars Celebration.
Yay!
was a thing.
We're gonna it
Well,
happened last week in Japan.
We're
Yeah,
having a
until
Sakura
you
festival,
sent us
too.
the stuff, I legitimately did not know that was a thing that existed.
I've been following the Sakura Festival myself, but yeah.
Sakura.
All right, so we're just gonna go down the list, talk about everything that's coming up, and see what we think. All right, so the first thing that was announced is Visions Volume 3. What do we think about that?
I have never
Uh,
seen Visions. Period.
I
But it
actually
does seem like one of the few things that's potentially enjoyable about new Star Wars.
I actually enjoyed Visions. Volume 1 was really good. There was one... It's funny that there was one... The Ronin, which was adapted into a book that was written by some crazy bitch. It's not a good... It wasn't a good book. But I really liked that one. There were a couple Visions storylines that are supposed to be continuing in Volume 3, and I'm kind of excited that Studio Trigger is doing one of them. They did another one in Season 1.
Oh,
But
Trigger, huh?
They brought them back.
Pretty
for
good,
this one.
actually.
Now feel free to
do like
pull up
Studio
that page
Trigger.
and follow along.
I'm gonna look because I don't know shit about Visions. Like I've been so out of touch with. After they decided that they weren't gonna do Knights of the Old Republic remake, I fucking lost complete interest in all of that because they had me fucking teased for months. Oh yeah, we're doing it. Oh yeah, we're doing it. And then it's like, nope, sorry, it's been canceled. I was like, fucking son of a bitch, Disney.
Visions is fun probably because Disney has nothing to do with any of it. It's just a bunch of random anime studios doing it.
Why
So
is
they-
it that
Well,
those
that might be fun.
anthologies like that are so good? Like,
Well, they had the same thing like on Amazon, the
Yeah.
video game based ones.
yeah, the oh my god, what is it?
Oh, I
my
have
God.
seen these. I have
The
I have
Level
I have
Up or
watched
whatever
Visions.
the hell it is. Oh
Yeah,
my
level
God.
up.
Secret level.
I don't think that's Secret
Secret
level.
Level.
That's it.
Secret Level.
Oh my god, the Warhammer 40k episode was
I
fucking
haven't,
awesome.
I haven't watched
Oh, it
it.
was awesome.
I keep thinking about it. And I keep not watching it.
It's so good,
It's so
dude.
good.
Oh, the Pac-Man one is unsettling.
I have seen Visions. I liked it. I forgot because there's so many fucking shit coming on.
All right.
that I've been paying attention to. But I'm
I just
excited
refuse
for
to
it.
pay for Disney Plus, so
I get it
there's
for
no
free,
way I'll ever
so-
watch it. So
I run a.
My only
I have a
problem is I
YouTube channel
have to
dedicated to Star Wars content, so I fucking have to have it.
Fair
It's
enough.
okay. You guys can all get it secondhand through me.
Yo ho, pirated it.
All right. So yeah, Visions. I'm excited for. I think it's usually fairly decent. Again, it's just anime studios. Disney has nothing to do with any of it, so it's non-canon.
Yeah, the
so
first
they just,
Visions was really good.
they just gotta.
it's literally just them going here.
It's just
You
Star Wars what
guys.
ifs. They're fun.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. New update to Smuggler's Run at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Meh.
Oh, I did
I don't
see
give a
that. Yeah.
shit about that. You know why? Because it's a
don't
Millennium.
know
Just left
why
it
we
alone.
care.
It's a Millennium Falcon that's piloted by Rey, so I really don't care.
Why?
They could've just left it in general.
Chewie, man. If Han Solo is not the pilot, it's Chewie, or it's Lando Calrissian.
Or it's
I'll
Rey
accept
and Chewie.
Lando.
I think it's Rey and Chewie. I
No,
don't know. But
no,
either way, I don't care.
Fuck Rey. Fuck
we'll
that
get
goddamn Mary Sue.
we'll get to that. That's a
I have
little
special
Ray-
force
Ray is
healing
such
powers
a
that only took me 2
terrible
seconds to
character.
learn.
No,
The actress is fine. I think the actress did a great job
no.
trying to portray a really bad
Wait, no,
character.
she's fine.
Daisy Ridley's a good actress.
Oh yeah,
she's
she's
not.
awesome.
no, she's
I've-
not. She's a she's
I
a,
like
she's
her.
a decent, but she's not a great actor. Did any of you watch
I
the
think she's-
window? The what was it? The fucking window washer?
No,
The Die Hard movie she just did?
No, I
Yeah, no one did.
No.
Hey,
don't
you
watch
know
movies
what?
anymore.
You drive a point. You got a point. I can't fight it.
Not a great
I
actress.
don't think it's her fault.
She's
I don't
a fine
think it's her
person.
fault.
She's not a great actress though.
I think it's more along the lines of that she's settled into a career set based on the skills that she was given during her set with Star Wars, and because of that, it just kind of fucked her for life. Like she's never gonna develop acting chops outside of what she did with Star Wars because they didn't allow her to grow as an actress.
Possibly. At least she's thankfully she's avoided like she doesn't
Who?
attack fans, which is one like
Who's
No,
I
no,
can't
they
believe
do
that's
the
my
fucking
criteria
songs.
for actresses
J.K. Rowling.
I hate and don't hate. Or fucking John Boyega. John Boyega decided to switch to blaming fans again instead of blaming Disney.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
disappointing.
but
Not
to be fair,
surprised.
to be fair, John Boyega has been given so much fucking shit, and he's put up with it. And yeah, he's done his fucking bullshit that he needs to accept his responsibility in it, 100%.
They
Well,
like
he
waste his
switched.
threw him
character.
He
under the
switched
bus.
because he used to blame. He blamed Disney in the beginning because it was their
Yeah.
fault.
It was, and then the fans got really fucking nasty. And no matter how much he's like, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is their fault." Like, nah, it's because you suck.
No, it's
I
not the
get tired
fan.
of it
It's
too.
not the fans' fault either. The fans are saying no. His was a wasted character. The biggest complaint people have is that Finn was a wasted character.
Finn was a
fucked him.
wasted
Was
character.
though. Oh my god, it was.
He had
so
so much
bad.
potential.
That's the biggest issue people have had. And now there was one thing that happened when the Force Awakens trailer happened. It's people thought it was because they were raised like, why is the Stormtrooper black? It's because most people thought they were clones. That's what happened at that
Yeah.
point in time. People were confused, thinking, "Wait a minute, I thought they were clones," because they're fucking normies who didn't know that Stormtroopers weren't clones.
Yeah,
It wasn't because they were racist. It's because they were
Stormtroopers.
genuinely confused.
confused. Yeah.
But no, he went back and said, "Oh, it's just racist fans." It's not our fault.
I
Didn't
think
the
he's
same
just.
thing
I
happen
think he's
with the
so
Acolyte?
frustrated. I think it's
With,
just because
like-
he's so frustrated.
Oh, the
It's same
Acolyte.
thing they did to Jar Jar Binks, though.
Yeah,
They
the
did the
Acolyte
same
just
thing
because
to
of
Jar
Vandal
Jar.
Stamper's a piece of shit.
That's-
Well,
I
I
will-
know, but they were also just claiming that fans were like transphobic or something.
Well, they also did that with Kenobi, and it's preemptive. It's preemptive fan attacking. That's what Disney is really, really good at. It's preemptive. They did it with Snow White. They did it with
Yeah, but
Acolyte.
Snow
They
White
did it with
deserves it.
Kenobi. Yeah, they
Snow
just
White was
preemptively
bad.
attack fans, and that's what happened. But yeah, we'll go. There's a Ray announcement too. We can go over in a second. But here's something that I'm actually kind of excited for, and that's the Fortnite Galactic Battle.
Oh, the fight Fortnite Star Wars crossover.
It's usually the only thing that gets me back into playing Fortnite is Star Wars collabs.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah. I
fair,
tried
though.
playing with one of my friends, but I'm really bad at Fortnite right now.
I'm thinking we gotta hop on this next week.
Let me install it.
Yeah, I gotta update it again. All that
I
shit.
always try to get people to play games with me. No one ever really seems to want to.
We just played 2 hours of Repo with you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right?
You have no
Like,
idea
oh,
how
no,
long
it's
I was
really-
trying to get people to play games like that, dude. I've
Bro, all
bought
you have to
people
do
copies
is
of games before.
Just tell Indy, and Indy will play with you. Indy
That's fair.
always will play if he has the game.
But,
Nah,
yeah.
sometimes I just like to bitch because it's fun.
It is
So,
fun to bitch.
I bet they're still not going to make a lightsaber pickaxe tool, but that's because they're dumb.
They're not.
Wish
they're
they,
not
wish they
going to.
would, but
If they can make a fucking Sabrina Carpenter dancing in the middle of Fortnite, they can do fucking lightsaber pickaxe. but
dude,
they're not
apparently
going
we're gonna get a pilot like X-wings and Tie fighters though. That sounds
that's
dope.
Okay, that'll be
fucking
fun.
I can't
awesome,
fucking
though.
wait.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think we definitely got to hop on this. Once
Oh,
again.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
guys,
And
I
Darth
just-
Jar Jar
sorry,
is
I
gonna
just
be a
with
skin.
with the TIE
Okay,
fighter.
now I have to
noises
get
and
Darth Jar
shit.
Jar.
Have you guys ever seen it's a video of these people that came to like a dog kennel to pick up their like old ass beagle, and they get to this dog and it just goes "Arr!" it sounds like a fucking TIE fighter.
Yeah, I have seen
like,
that one.
I have
Perfectly.
seen that.
Oh my god, it's so great.
I have seen that.
Oh, but yes,
All right, let me get.
Fortnite.
let me
I am
download-
kind of excited about. I feel like we gotta hop on that for a little bit at some point,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
especially since it's been long enough that we're probably all reset to rank 0. So we'll just play against bots for the first like 3 games.
We're all terrible. Yes.
I'm not. Sometimes.
Fine. I am
Bad at
okay.
competitive shooters.
I am
I'm fine
okay
when I
at
know my
Fortnite.
controls.
I'm not great. I'm not shit. I am okay at Fortnite. I can.
I'm better at Apex.
I can say that proudly. But
I'm better at Apex.
yes, Fortnite collaboration. Kind of excited for. Moving on. I wanted to stop on this picture real
love
quick.
Apex.
Are you guys following with me at all, or are we just?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just listening.
Oh.
Where I'm just.
I'm
okay.
mixing illicit substances in a game.
This is. You could just go live at youtube.com/thewywing.
Oh,
am
you're
live.
live on YouTube.
I am live on YouTube right now. But
Oh, you
I
are?
wanted to just
Okay.
point out this picture real quick because doesn't this guy look like fucking Aaron Hansen
Yeah.
from Gang Grumps?
I'm done.
It's right under the Fortnite reveal.
Oh.
Can we also talk about the fact that it looks like they took a transparency tool to her fingers? It looks like you can see through her finger, see the 2025 on his shirt.
Oh my god! Wait, well, hold on. I think that's just a trick of the eye.
I mean, yeah, but
I think
it
it's
looks like
it's just a trick of the eye. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like they photoshopped like a young Carrie Fisher's face onto her.
Let me see.
Although what is happening to
Oh,
C-3PO in the
there it
background? C-3PO looks like a fucking demon.
Who's
He's been
who's
trying
Aaron
out Zay's
Hansen,
fucking
though?
demonic mixes.
Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps.
Oh, really? That's
Google
the
it.
man?
Google it real quick. You'll see it.
Oh, I'm trying to get to your fucking channel.
You not subscribed?
Oh, that's why I've been spelling
I
his name
was
wrong.
on my other
Okay,
account.
Yeah. No, like I saw it immediately in that picture too. I didn't
That's-
know that was his name.
Oh. All right.
Share your fucking link, Neffy, so I can get to you, please.
Okay.
Because I can't find you.
Give me a second. Move that.
Da 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 da. Give it up.
Give it up, baby. Give it up. No. Okay, put it in the chat. Thanks for being a bro.
Arigato. Oh, that's why I was spelling it wrong. I was actually typing the Y.
All right, moving on. Oh look, Cast of Andor. Can't wait for you to watch the 3-episode season 2 premiere. I could have waited, but it's okay. And
That was
then-
another thing that was weird. 3-episode season premiere.
because it's in 3-episode chunks. It's supposed to be like 3-episode time skip, and then
so
3
like the
episodes
part 1,
time
part
skip.
2, part 3.
From what I heard, this season is supposed to end directly before Rogue One happens. And they're supposed to go through like several instances of time skips, which makes me even more mad because all the shit that they set up in the first 3 episodes, apparently that was the payoff, was one guy dying and nothing else happening.
That's usually what happens, though.
All right, next announcement. 5 secrets about Ahsoka. Directly from Dave Filoni. Who's excited about Ahsoka Season 2?
Man, get off my desk.
I thought you said me for a second. I was just like,
no.
wow, Eddie, that was
No,
really...
my cat decided that she was gonna jump across my desk because she's like 8 months old. She's itty bitty and she's got the zoomies. No,
to watch Ahsoka.
I won't watch Ahsoka at all. I won't watch it. Period.
Again,
Here's five secrets about Andy wanting to watch Ahsoka. 1, he doesn't fucking care. 2, Ahsoka was played by the wrong character. 3, I don't like her fucking stance. It doesn't make any sense because you're supposed to be a little bit shorter. I don't know why she stands like that. 4, I don't like her fucking teeth. They freak me out. 5, her fucking shoes are too wide. They don't fit her damn feet. She's supposed to have little feet. Fuck her. I won't watch the show.
Okay.
Was not ready
3 of those I was not expecting. Like her feet.
Shit came in out of
Her
nowhere.
teeth, they freak me out.
I will say, Rosario Dawson is definitely too old to play Ahsoka.
Oh,
I like
no,
her.
absolutely. Like, here's the thing. I love Rosario Dawson as an actress. I like a
Yeah,
lot of the
she's great
characters
actress.
I
that
think
she's
she-
done. She was not Ahsoka. That was not how that should have happened.
Also, just the way she plays Ahsoka is irritating. Like the
The high arrogant stance bullshit, like
the-
she's
the
better than
stoic,
everybody else.
Yeah, the stoic the stoic female lead like we haven't seen 45 million times already. It's just
We already have
irritating.
Ray. We don't need you. Go away.
It's
the
almost
girl-
like these people didn't pay attention to Ahsoka's character
The girl who
development.
played young Ahsoka in the flashback scene in season 1 played Ahsoka better.
Agreed.
Crazy.
Haven't
Yeah,
seen
so
it,
season
so
2,
can't
I again I have to watch because I am a Star Wars channel and I have to review.
Yeah,
these
you don't get a
things.
choice.
That is the
Hey,
that
I know
is
how
the
you
cross that I have bared upon myself.
Hey, I know how
That
you
is
feel.
self-inflicted.
I don't want to say I'm Warhammer channel because I never post anything on but I do paint a lot of Warhammer and I have to know Warhammer stuff.
Dude, you should
So I have
just,
to know all the shitty
stream
stuff.
painting Warhammer figurines, bro.
I do.
While going on rants about Rosario Dawson's teeth and small
George
feet.
No, I
Lucas
can't.
is
big
I
feet.
can't. She's got big feet. Ahsoka is okay. Ahsoka, her character design, even as an adult, she is thin. She is graceful. She is supposed to be not wispy but elegant. Rosario Dawson looks like a fucking Sasquatch stuffed in an orange suit, given horns, and just thrown onto the fucking stage. Go out there with your fucking lightsabers and do some prancing. Maybe do a couple pirouettes. You look like a little Jedi Light Master. I don't care. Do something. And she's just out there. I'm a Jedi. And I'm just like, fucking no. Stop it. Get somebody who fits the character better.
I think their entire thing for casting her was, hey, she's played some like, you know, successful characters in nerdy shows. Look at the old Netflix Marvel series. People like
She's
her
in Men in Black,
characters
too.
there. She's attractive.
No, don't get me started.
And it was
on
like,
fucking
yeah,
Netflix
okay,
Marvel.
sure.
Yeah, no, no one
I
came
think
out of that
they-
first season intact, as far as I'm concerned.
No one did.
They
And I'm gonna be
ruined
real honest, I do.
Ahsoka. They ruined Sabine. They ruined Ezra, and Thrawn was mangled.
Yeah,
And
Thrawn.
Thrawn is a fucking idiot in Ahsoka season 1, and
He shouldn't have been because he's like a calculating mastermind.
they're
but
bringing him
they
back
made him
Supposed to be,
stupid.
yeah.
for season 2. Hopefully, he did some fucking sit-ups in between. Seasons.
They're bringing him
Swear to
back.
God.
Season 2. They're bringing it back. He's gonna come out. He's done a lot of ab crunches. He's
I
been
hope-
working out.
I
no
hope so,
donuts.
because bro was flabby season 1, and that's not
Bro
Thrawn.
had three
Thrawn's in
chins.
shape, bro. There's literally a
He
whole.
had 3 chins.
There's literally like a whole thing that Thrawn says in Rebels where it's like, or in the book where it's talking about how keeping your body in shape is the key to keeping your mind intact too.
Well,
And
he's a
it's just-
fucking chiss. He's
Yeah.
not gonna fucking. There's no way. There's
He's a
not a
Chad.
single person.
He's a Chad.
He's
chiss.
a chiss Chad. Yeah,
Tell
they're
me, if you
all
want to play
like
Thrawn
that.
again, you gotta do some fucking sit-ups, dude.
right?
But yeah, I
Go get some lipo.
making Sabine a Jedi is a stupid idea.
That's dumb as shit.
They did that?
Yes.
Oh my
yeah, it
god.
totally ruins the fact of her being a Mandalorian.
Dude, it's right up there with like, and this is gonna potentially sound bad, but like in Endgame when they had that forced girl power scene, like all in all,
that
basically
feeling is
every-
literally Disney in a nutshell right now.
dude. Because here's my thing, right? I am all for the feminist side of stuff. I come from a family where we have 8 grandkids. I'm the only guy. I don't give a shit. My problem is the fact that when you force it like that, people will always think it's bad. And then you just, like, you could have just had these little scenes sprinkled in where they were being badasses through the whole fucking fight anyways, and it would have been fine. But to do this thing, to go out of your way and make them all come front and center and be like, we're the girls, we're good at done. It's like, yeah, I guess, cool. Again, just have them do the shit without that weird disconnect, and it would have been way better.
Do
I
you
have
know?
something really
do you know the
controversial to say.
difference between Sarah Connor, Ripley, Kill Bill, and the freaking female characters that come out now?
They
The
didn't
original
have to
characters
force
didn't have
being
to.
They got their
badasses,
asses
they
kicked.
just
They weren't
were.
girl bosses. They got their asses kicked.
Yeah.
They weren't amazing at every single thing that they did. That's the problem
No.
now. Is you can't. This is the problem. Women can't be bad
Okay,
at
no.
things anymore because then it's like, oh, that's just the misogynistic Hollywood. It's fine. It's got to make the female need to be rescued. Yeah,
I'm gonna say
it's
something.
the reason
really
it's a story
controversial.
trope
Yep.
because
I'm gonna say
people
something
like it.
nobody's gonna really. I don't think anybody's gonna agree with. That's fine. This
Okay,
is
I'm
my
not on
opinion.
this channel to make friends.
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna say it because it needs to be said. Now, I am absolutely 100% for DEI. I have no problem with including everyone. I'm not against
I do.
any of that. That's fine.
Shit's illegal.
Well, I'm talking about like just making sure everyone's included, everyone feels safe. Whatever people got to do to make them feel whatever they got to feel is fine with me. I don't care. It's your personal life. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. I don't give a shit. What I have a problem with is when Disney does this fucking. And I will say this with 100% clarity. And this isn't Indy being ranting crazy. If you will go back the last 20 years, from the start of original Marvel to now, with Disney being involved and everything getting added with Disney, all the anti-feministic, super misogynistic, all that crazy shit goes into root with Disney. Disney has been promoting this shit with the girl boss fights and strong women and all this other shit, constant shoving it down people's throats without allowing people to decide for themselves. Casting the fucking main character for Force Awakens for their new Star Wars shit. After they've been hyping up fucking Finn, and then they're like, "Oh no, this person is the Jedi." I would have been stoked for the Stormtrooper to turn into a fucking Jedi. I think that would have been fucking awesome.
No, we here at Disney believe in black representation. Hey, by the way, can you remove Finn for the poster for China? Thanks, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Disney is behind a good portion of the political turmoil we have between misogyny with men, women, all that fucking shit. Because you bring up the point about the end game with them all out, the bad women, we're so strong. That has been, you get that scene in almost every fucking movie now.
I had a buddy who
Hollywood
saw
and
that.
mostly Disney.
I have a buddy who saw that in theaters, and he said that people literally groaned during that scene.
Yeah, I actively
audible
said,
groans. Are you fucking?
actually out and verbally said, what the fuck is that?
I will give you.
Why?
I will give you a prime. It's funny because while we were doing this, like Ahsoka's face is just on the screen right now.
Right?
I will give you a prime example of why this whole model they have doesn't work. The reason they haven't made Mara Jade canon the best possible strong female lead that you could put in a fucking Star Wars show. The reason they haven't introduced her is because she was made by a white man.
What?
Yeah, that runs.
That's right. That's the reason
checks
why.
out.
They don't want to give George Lucas era any credit. They don't give Timothy. I guess they're kind of giving Timothy Zahn credit with having Thrawn, but they're fucking his character up. But no, it's they're trying to rewrite George Lucas's history because the white man's had his day. It's time for new voices. And that's the biggest indicative problem. They are throwing out they're firing or letting go or treating like shit older writers that have been there for decades, know what they're doing, and have made good stuff, especially in Marvel. Marvel's been really bad about letting go their veteran writers because they're white men. We have enough of those. Let's just get rid of them. And that's why everything is shit now. Sorry, maybe you guys should have kept around the people who knew what they were doing.
I don't think it's because it's specifically that they were white. I feel like it's because...
I do. I've seen the application forms where they literally pass around in their internal memos saying, "Hey, by the way, if they have this, and this, they get extra points. We were gonna put them to the front of the pile, and if they're this, and this, we don't hire them."
Oh, I haven't seen any of that.
I consume this shit 24 hours a day, so I see this shit all the time.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I don't know, Matt. You worked at Disney. What's your thought?
Oh, that's about on the nail.
Well, if the guy that worked at Disney says it, then then that's.
Like you're either the guy that gets to tell people, or like, what's the term? Basically, you either get left alone because you're in the inner circle, or you take all the flack for the failed projects. For shit that you.
No, that's shitty.
Yeah, it's Disney.
Yeah, remember,
Disney is
I
shit.
worked at fucking Galactic Star Cruiser, the failed.
That's
hotel.
right. You worked at the Galactic Star Cruiser. I keep forgetting. I gotta advertise that more often. Goddamn.
Yeah, you should.
I worked at the failed hotel that costed families $5,000 for 2 nights. 2 days, 2 nights.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was awful.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, have you even seen what the hotel looks like? No, I fucking haven't seen it. Why would I have seen this? It's like they didn't take you on a tour.
That offered you the pretty much the Star Wars LARPing experience as part of the program. That was supposed to be what Galaxy's Edge was.
Yep.
Galaxy's Edge was already supposed to be that.
Yep.
And
and here's the best part. If you think that like management is anywhere like competent, let me tell you something. They had recipe books on iPads, right? Well, they lost the iPads.
Oh Jesus! We don't have the
when I-
recipes. Quick,
when I
grab some
first started-
cockroaches, smash them up, and make stew.
did we think to print any of these on paper? What the
No.
fuck is paper?
What's
No.
paper?
No, it gets worse.
Yeah,
right?
Jabba
It
the
gets
Hutt
worse.
walk out of the he like Jabba the Hutt kind of like slides out of the kitchen. Kabi waka no lu sawato. The fuck you? What are you? Nah, I can see it.
No, you know what's worse? You know what's worse? They expected us, the workers, the fresh workers, to be like, "Oh yeah, we don't have recipe books, so you just gotta write down what's in each of these things to make them." The fuck
my
you
God.
That's okay.
mean?
Is it any worse than the Waffle House shit? Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
You ever seen how Waffle House trains their people?
Do you
Yeah,
know how
throw
to
a chair
fight?
at 'em.
No.
No, there's like a secret code that you have to learn at Waffle House, and it's like they take the plate and they'll put like the jelly under the butter at a specific spot, and that means you have to cook something this way with like no butter. If the jelly is under the butter, that means it's no
Oh,
butter.
God.
It's Bo. I watched a Papa Meat video talking about it where he was basically goes over the training manual. If you
Of
watch
course
the
he, of all people, would know that.
of course, you can look up Waffle House training video, and it shows you the shit. Like, you put the butter on this at 12 o'clock on the plate, and that means they have to do no butter on the toast or some shit like that. It's really fucking
Why
That's
would you
ridiculous.
tell them not to do it?
I don't know. I just thought it was
But you
the,
spent
it's
2
not like-
seconds to write it down.
was a-
Hey, we don't want any butter on our toast.
was the craziest thing I
Fucking eat
saw.
dry
It's
toast.
not. It's not like they're not sitting right there next to you watching you make the food.
No,
See,
what I
I
want to know
always,
is who the
uh,
fuck eats dry toast besides Ahsoka and maybe George Lucas, because I know they're
My
fucking
ju-
crusty
Ahsoka
asses.
their band.
My journeyman's wife.
Weird ass team.
I found that out today that my journeyman's wife doesn't put butter on bread at all.
You're
Damn.
out.
He's a
Throw her in the tar
demon.
pit.
Throw salt on her, send her back, burn the bones.
But also, I like the whole Cracker Barrel index. Depending on how bad the weather is, you'll judge by whether Cracker Barrel's open or not.
Oh, yeah. No, that's Waffle House. That is
Oh,
Waffle
that
House.
is Waffle
That
House.
is
That's
Waffle
what
House.
I meant because we were talking about Waffle House. I don't know why I fucking
Nah,
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel was the Firelink shrine for white people.
All right.
I've never
It's where you
actually
eat
eaten
small
at
when you
either
die.
of those. By the way, I've never eaten at either of those places.
I have.
Oh, Cracker Barrel or
I have
Waffle
eaten at
House?
Both.
I am within 10 minutes of 2 locations
I've-
for both. So, yeah, I eat there all the time.
Yeah, I've worked at a Waffle House and I eat all the time at Cracker Barrel.
Wait, so you've seen the training video?
No, I didn't have a training video.
Oh.
I got to work and they're just like, "This is what you do. This is how you cook it.
Oh.
This is what when we yell this. This is what you make."
It's all lies. All
I
right.
mean, no, I don't know. I was working at one in the ghetto. I worked there for like 3 months, and then they fired me just because they're like, "Oh, we're one." They closed like a month after.
when
but
you
I
put
got
a
let
fork,
go.
when you put a fork upside down at 3 o'clock, it means we're being robbed.
No,
As if you couldn't see
actually, no,
As if you
actually,
couldn't
no,
see the
what,
robber
no,
right at the door.
no. What they did, well, because I worked in the kitchen
Call
line,
the
so
police.
I wasn't up front ever. So, if he did say, because we worked in, I was the one I lived at, worked at was like, it was in the ghetto, like ghetto. So he's like, if you hear me call for robbery, call the police. It means we're getting robbed. I was like, okay.
What the fuck?
Every other day.
That's not very subtle. Like the guy's got the gun pointed at him, and he's like, "Let me
No,
get
'cause-
2 eggs toasted, also robbery."
No, Rodri.
Oh, Rodri.
Yeah, Rodri.
Yeah, I'm calling for Roderick. Get
I think
Roderick
that's
out. He'll
that
be
one
like,
too.
"Oh, get Roderick out here." And then if they ask, "Well, who's Roderick?" Oh, that's the shift manager. He's gonna get the money or whatever. He'd come up with some crazy.
That's
I think his
funny.
name was Tyrone.
Watch it.
But he'd come
watch
up with
him
some
actually
crazy
come out
shit.
with
And I
a
bet they're calling the
shotgun
cops.
and
No, we did have a guy who Big Tony.
Big Tony.
Big Tony. He was in the cash. There was a little cash room in the Waffle House. It's the main office
They
area.
had to build a whole ass room just to
No,
Stack
every
some money
Waffle
on
House
it,
has it.
like Scrooge
It's
McDuck.
every Waffle. It's got the safe in there. They
Swimming
keep
in
the
the
safe
fucking
in there.
cash.
It's where they have the it's
Good
the
old
cash room.
Scrooge
It's-
McDuckian vault.
where they had the machine
Basically,
to, like, deposit
It counts the
for-
money and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he sat back there. That's like his whole job was just. He was the manager. He sat back there all day. He was there all day, 24/7. He basically lived in the dumpster behind. I swear to God, that's what he smelled like. Bro would, if there was a problem, bro would walk out there with a fucking. He had a frying pan in one hand, and he'd have a sawed off like behind his back. We had one dude we had to call the cops one time because he drove the car through the front door. Just some crazy drunk ghetto hood rat. Like, "What?" So he comes out. He's got a frying pan. He's like, "What the hell's going on here? What's going on?" And it's like, "Oh, someone drove the car." And he pulls out this fucking double barrel fucking sawed off shotgun and just unloads in the front of the dude's truck. Just and the guy backs up, speeds away. It's like, "Fucking Colleen." I was like, "God damn."
The fact that you know the man by name.
His name's Big Tony.
I know.
That
like,
How
could
could you
be a
forget that?
fucking moniker, you know.
Like, bro, I don't even know if his name was honestly Tony. They just say, "Oh, this is Big Tony." I was like, "Okay." I'm like this fucking like
His name was Mark.
His name was probably like Jim or some shit.
and
I'm
it,
Big
goes to,
Tony,
like-
my
it
real
goes
name's
to, like,
Jason.
what is it? Nightmare bosses or whatever, or undercover boss, and it's just.
Oh, yeah, the
it's
undercover
just
boss,
They've been calling
yeah.
me Big Tony. They didn't even ask what my name was. They just started calling me Big Tony. I ain't even fat.
No, this dude was like 300 pounds.
All
No,
right.
he was big.
me Big Tony, but my name is actually Jim.
My name's Jim. I don't know why they call me Tony. That was the
I didn't
craziest
have
job
a
I ever
heart
had.
tell- I didn't have a
Only
heart
I
tell
got
they were
scared.
wrong.
I couldn't work there anymore, and they let me go, and I was like, "Thank God." After the car ran through the window, they closed. I mean, it's Waffle House, so.
Yeah, that's about what it would take to close a Waffle House at that.
Yeah,
point.
yeah. No, they have like the one that I worked at. They're like, "Okay, we gotta practice." I was like, "What are we practicing? We gotta make recipes." Somebody's like, "No, pick up this chair." I was like, "All right, okay." Now throw it as hard as you can. I was like, "Okay."
I was trying to figure out a way to segue back to Ahsoka with that. I was thinking,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was like, well, speaking of big people who ruin things, let's go back to Dave Filoni and Ahsoka.
No, that's perfect. What I don't understand is why Dave Filoni is doing what he's doing. Like he's done a lot of really good work, and then now all of a sudden it's just starting to fucking slide.
No,
over.
he
doesn't even
did.
care anymore.
He did one good thing, which was fucking Clone Wars, and then he let it go to his head, and now he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants, and he's not great. I tell you what, after
The
Ahsoka,
management in a
after
nutshell.
I had hope. I had hope for Dave Filoni. I'm like, okay, Mandalorian was all right. Clone Wars is good. That being said, George Lucas mostly helped with Clone Wars, but it's Mandalorian was all right. Let's see what Ahsoka is. Then he did Ahsoka, and he had full control. That was not a Kathleen Kennedy thing butting in. That was a full
That was
Dave
Dave
Filoni
Filoni.
project, and he fucked it up. And now I no longer have any benefit of the doubt for him. Fuck off. And also, he was fully on board with Acolyte too. He was like, "This
Yeah, he
show's
was.
great." And I was like, "Yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about." So
He's never watched one episode.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm not excited for season 2. Season 2 is supposed to come out in 2026. That's 3 years after season 1. Who is going to watch
Ew.
that season? I know I am, obviously, but we've already established that.
Yeah, we've established that you don't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You got to stay on top of these things because sometimes you get the Acolyte, which launched dozens of YouTube careers.
Yeah.
If I had
Yeah.
kept at it, probably would have launched my career too. But,
Hey,
I didn't
you
hop
never
on the
know.
trend. I didn't hop on the trend.
Maybe you just got to get Indy ranting some more about George Lucas, Steven Spielberg,
For
and
real.
just some crazy shit.
For real,
And
I gotta clip that shit. That's some good stuff.
It's
It'd be better if I had you guys on web.
Desert.
It'd be better if I had you guys on webcam. But
well, I have a webcam now that's actually set up. I didn't feel like getting comfortable with that because I am not dressed for web interviews. Unless you want like a hefty guy with no shirt sitting around drinking
sounds
his
perfect.
Gatorade. It
Bro.
does. It's I don't wear
bro, you just
clothes when I'm at
described
home.
my Pornhub search history. I'm just kidding.
Sweaty men drinking Gatorade. That's what I want, baby. Give
I
it
got
to
a
me.
specific taste, guys. I just don't shame. All right, well that's it for Ahsoka. I wish I could
Yeah,
say
let's
that for.
move on.
Let's move on to something that I think is actually interesting, which is funny because you and me were talking about XCOM earlier.
Yes,
Indeed.
yes, we were.
God, XCOM. I haven't
So
played
we
XCOM in
have
so long.
Star Wars Zero Company. I don't know if you guys have watched the trailer for it yet.
I have
I've
not.
not, but I saw that it was an XCOM style.
It is
kind of
a
thing, right?
turn-based tactical shooter, which
Oh, I'll
like
play the fuck out of that.
I
don't care what it
will
is.
also probably play the fuck out of that, especially like you said. Me and Zay were I was on or not me and Zay. Me and Indy were on an XCOM binge.
Yep.
And I just finished playing XCOM the last 2 months. That's all I was doing. So I am excited for this. We could watch the trailer, but
I'm watching on your thing.
It
Okay.
has the potential for
oh,
greatness.
we'll watch it a little bit. It's only 20 seconds. It's 2 minutes 20 seconds. We'll watch it a little bit of it. I don't want it to get copyright struck, so we'll just go over through this and obviously talk through it.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, I like. any
So
game
first
that's
things first, I
We're
like.
talking. We talk.
Let me talk. I like the spread out of the people who are in it. For one thing, like you've got the Mandalorian,
who's
you've got the Jedi, you've got the Smuggler, got the droid.
Who's the- what we need to know, what I need to know right now, because if it's a tactical RPG, or real-time tactics kind of game, who's making it? Who's the publisher?
I should go back real quick. I'm pretty sure it had Respawn. And
Oh no,
EA.
that'll be fantastic. No,
Respawn
that'll be great.
and
Respawn
EA,
does
but,
great
yeah.
shit.
But yeah, Respawn's behind it. Respawn's been pretty much knocking it out of the park with their games.
Yeah, they make good shit. Bitreactors, they make good, some good stuff.
What did
I don't
Bitreactor
really
make?
care for EA.
What
They're
did
like an
Bitreactor
offhand
make?
publisher.
I've never heard of Bitreactor before. What do they make? Let's see.
Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Wait, they made XCOM.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
No, because they made
Oh.
XCOM and Firaxis.
they made XCOM, Civ, Gears of War, and Elder Scroll Online. Holy
Yeah.
shit! Oh, okay, I'm on board now. This game's just pretty much gonna be Star Wars XCOM then.
Yep,
That's awesome.
with Respawn. That's gonna be. I told you, man.
And it takes place during the Clone Wars too, so it's not sequel trilogy bullshit. It's a good meat and potatoes of Star Wars, baby.
Fuck yes.
Clone Wars shit. That's what we live for.
I hope it plays like fucking XCOM too. Like you have to build up your units, do your practicing. Units can die permanently.
I hope
That's
so.
what I want. Because XCOM is amazing. I love XCOM.
The war beneath the war.
And if it's Respawn, I guarantee you it's gonna be good.
Oh, there's so much you can do with that too.
Surveillance.
It's again, if it's Respawn, okay. I didn't realize who was behind it. I'm actually more excited for this now.
Oh, it's check, my dude.
Because like Jedi Survivor and Jedi Outcasts or Fallen Order, not Outcast.
Yeah,
that's
Fallen
a
Order
totally
and
different game.
Survivor.
Outcast is a totally different game. But yeah, Fallen Order and Jedi
Completely
Survivor were
different
fun.
era.
I didn't really care for the story too much, but it was fun.
The gameplay was fun.
Gameplay was great.
To take on the impossible.
That is kind of one of the main things of a video.
Apparently, Indy here is a big Outlaws fan.
I like Outlaws.
Okay. I'm not gonna play Outlaws.
I played it because I got it for free.
I may potentially when
I
the game
played it.
gets that I looked at the way I gauge a game's popularity is by how many people mod it,
Yeah, that's fair.
and no one
got
fucking
a
modded
mod.
Outlaws.
No. Why would you? There's no
Didn't
reason
they
to it.
just announce like
Okay.
a DLC for it too?
I think so.
Yeah, they did. Ubisoft. I'm gonna be real honest. It was one of the first Star Wars games I played that wasn't managed by EA,
Yeah, so
and
this
it
looks-
wasn't bad.
This looks
It was not
really good,
Yes.
and I'm
excited.
getting serious XCOM vibes off of it. 2026.
I'm down.
I'm into it. Of all the things that got announced, this is the thing I was probably most excited about.
If it's EA, it'll probably be pretty good, especially if it Respawn's behind it.
Yeah,
But
I
if you
think-
see Bitreactor or Firaxis, it's gonna be good.
yeah, because Firaxis is the main developer behind XCOM.
Firaxis is the creator of XCOM,
Yeah.
and then Bitreactor is the side publishing office that does everything and pushes the actual game creation.
But yeah, I'm kind of stoked about that. That's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be a good game. I'll play the fuck out of that. I'll stream that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have fun playing that.
All
And
right.
it'll probably most likely be multiplayer too.
And then, so yeah, that thing I heard about almost immediately. As soon as it got announced, I saw it all over TikTok and everything. And then we move on to the thing that I had no idea fucking existed, which is Rebuild the Galaxy, which is on a new season. I didn't know this had a season 1.
Is that Lego Star
It's
Wars?
Lego Star
Rebuild-
Wars, Rebuild the Galaxy.
No.
I didn't know this existed. Apparently, it's getting
I'm
its
good.
second season already.
Honestly, it could just not exist, and it would not hurt anyone's feelings. What is this
No.
abomination?
Yeah.
Why does Ahsoka look worse than the live action? one?
Somehow this is so. Are those feet small enough for you, Indy?
No, her feet are the right size, but the head's too big now.
Looks-
You can't see
why
her
does it look
teeth.
Like one of those
You
fucking
can't see her
Battle Block
teeth.
Theater fucking.
No,
characters.
she don't have no damn teeth. She's big black block in the middle of her goddamn face between her eyes, are too fucking far spaced apart. But
Like,
she got little
I
squares
deal
now.
with Chewie
Why
being
is it I
like,
can hear exactly what that character is supposed to do, and it's just
It's like the rabbits. It's like Ubisoft's rabbits.
What does
Oh my
Chewie's face
God.
look like? It's on the tip of my
it's
tongue.
Freddy Fazbear just with more strings attached.
That's it. You got it. I knew. It was in there somewhere.
Yeah. Fazbear.
Oh,
See, I
man.
could get past the fucking almost Bugs Bunny looking like.
I was gonna say Roger Rabbit.
No, Roger
The
Rabbit's
copyright-
way.
Roger
Yeah,
Rabbit. No,
I
Roger
know.
Rabbit when he got sick in that one scene when he was turned green and everything.
Oh yeah, when he drank.
Yeah, when he
drink
drank. Yeah, that was
liquor.
right. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. All right.
why does it look like Chewie has fucking vampire fangs?
This was just
He
a
does.
featurette on the Old Republic. I don't play Old Republic, but you know, at least
That
it's still,
game is
Ooh,
awesome.
Star
At
Wars
least it's
Old
still
Republic.
I do
around.
like the Old Republic. I
Yes.
like the Old Republic.
I just don't like playing
I love
MMOs,
playing
so that's
this
just
fucking game.
me. I don't really like playing MMOs that much.
I once
Well,
had a
that's fair.
group that I was supposed to play that with, like, dedicated. They met like weekly to do stuff. And then
Well, I
had
would do
social
that if I
anxiety.
had people to play, and nobody wants to play it with me. And I've been asking forever, hey, does anybody want to play Star Wars? Because I know we have people who like Star Wars. No one will play with me.
I told
Right
you
now.
I
Load
told
it
you
up
the
right
reason
now.
why I don't play is because I don't play
Yeah, like-
MMOs. That's the only reason why I'm
I
not
know,
playing
no.
it with you.
And that's fine. If you don't like MMOs, you don't like MMOs. I'm not gonna like force it down your damn throat. But I'm just saying it is a good game.
When I first
I've
saw
been
this,
stuck
I
playing
thought it
Final
was a
Fantasy
KOTOR featurette, and I was about to be like, are they really gonna bitch slap us in the face with a KOTOR
No, that's-
featurette
that's
after
what
they
I thought it
canceled the
was,
remake?
No, good news. They didn't cancel it.
It's no, you're right. It's suspended indefinitely, which means it was fucking canceled.
No, they didn't suspend it either. Apparently there was a shadow. There's a shadow. What do they call it when they're like
Shadow
not like a? Yeah. They were still working on it. They just changed over producers again. So because they had to do that, Respawn's taking complete control. And now Respawn's working on it like under the radar.
I hope so.
They're still doing it.
Good, yeah, under the radar. Just fucking announce
They're
it
just
like
making it.
Fucking
3
movement
months
that they
before you
haven't tried
release it,
before
and
on
then
there,
just
please.
That's
fucking
what they're
release
doing.
it.
They're not releasing shit about it until they have. This is
Like
what
the
Respawn
Oblivion
said.
remake?
They're not. Yes, they're doing exactly what they did with the Oblivion remake. They're working on it. It's in the works. It is being made. They're not saying shit or releasing anything about it until it is 100% ready for purchase.
Until the leakers get a hold of it, and then
Totally
they somehow
fine
release
with
it. Then
that.
they're like, "All right, fine. You want it? Here you go."
Well, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with leakers and shit. It's press tours that I can't stand nowadays. The reason why I can't get excited about anything is because people
I blame
insist on
IGN.
doing press tours for everything now, and they can't shut the fuck up.
I 100%
I guarantee
blame
Snow White
IGN.
would have been a success if it didn't have a press tour.
I don't know about that.
No. The entire reason why Snow White got it as destroyed as it did is because for the previous 3 years, Rachel Zegler wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Well, if she had just shut the fuck up, it probably would have been better.
It will exactly.
It was a
I
shame.
am fully convinced, and that's probably Fantastic Four. I think is going to suck
You know
now
what?
too.
You
'Cause
know,
the press tour is
speaking
ruining
on
the
that
idea.
for
of
a
the movie.
quick moment, who has seen those videos where the dude makes fucking music videos
Oh,
with just the comments?
if I saw this on a plane, I'd still walk
bad-
out.
The
That's my favorite one.
Exactly.
If
Or
I
my
saw this-
favorite, Disney, the place where dreams used to happen, and now it's where careers go to die.
I'm rooting for the poison apple.
I'm rooting
like,
for the
damn, this
poison
is-
apple. Okay.
This is basically everyone.
Now, my favorite one was if I saw
this.
this on a plane, I'd still walk out.
This
makes me
trailer
think of what I
costed me
used to
nothing, and
say,
I'm still going to demand a refund.
When there was a place I used to work, it was a large factory out here, and the place technically has 3 stories, so 3 floors. And I used to constantly tell people like they're like, you know, you get that whole like, oh, how are you today? How are you doing? And I'd be like, I'm about to go up to the 4th floor and leave.
That's a good one. I like that. That's funny.
I don't even
like
sugarcoat it. I'm just like, I'm straight up gonna shoot myself if you talk to me anymore.
All right.
That's basically what I'm
Let's
at work.
move on to the thing that I am probably the most upset about of all of this shit. Aside from like maybe the Ray movie, probably the thing
I didn't even know what this
Starfighter.
was.
Starfighter.
I had no idea.
Okay, the
I
thing
think
on
it's
it is
a
literally
game
just a trailer showing the title screen. That's all the trailer is. All right.
Ew.
So we learned nothing.
We learned nothing
Other
about
than
it.
the
Comes
fact
out in
that it's
2027.
Starfighter.
No. We know something about it. There have been tweets about it right now. This movie takes place 5 years after the rise of Skywalker.
Why?
Okay. Why?
Exactly. That's
Like,
my
what's
question.
happening?
Why? This
Like,
is Sean
the-
Levy, who did Deadpool versus Wolverine. Or Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
Starring Ryan
Doesn't mean it's gonna
Gosling.
be any good.
Good actor. You know, Ryan Gosling. Really hard to go wrong with.
Still doesn't make it's gonna be good, but okay.
Exactly. You guys remember when we were supposed to get a fucking Rogue Squadron show or movie?
Yeah.
Literally is what
fine?
this should have been. You know who Ryan Gosling could play? Cornhorn. Could play a really good Cornhorn, but or fuck, fuck, make Ryan Gosling Wedge Antilles. I could give a shit. It'd be pretty cool. But no,
Yeah,
we're
that'd be
getting.
actually pretty cool.
Can you guys tell me a sequel trilogy Starfighter that's not the X-wing?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I can't think of any fucking.
Starfighter?
I can't think of any Star. Yeah. It's
Only thing
Starfighter.
was Starfighter.
You guys remember any Starfighters from the sequel trilogy?
Y-wing.
From the sequel trilogy, no.
Yeah, ones that
I know
didn't
the Y-wing.
already exist, Indy. I'm trying. Ones that didn't already exist.
Yeah, no, I can't remember any of them, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. Why the fuck are they making this?
Money.
I'm almost positive this movie's not.
Why
Gonna
did I
be
see Zay just be like a tiny little dude in the corner saying that?
I like money.
made. Oh, clearly not
What
because
made
they're
you-
burning
what
it.
possessed you to make this?
This goes back.
Money.
This goes back into my. This will go back. Remember when we were talking about Andor? $40 million an episode for people to talk in the same room.
Yep.
Yeah.
How the fuck
Okay,
are they making
so-
a Starfighter movie for anything less than 500 million?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna make the movie. They're gonna spend the money budget, and when they do that, there's a thing that you can do in Hollywood when you spend a certain amount of money on movies, and you have
To
to
write off.
you write it off. It gets canceled. It gets put out. It's considered a flop, so they write it off, and they get all that money back in tax-free, like a tax-free check.
Well, here's the thing about
They
that.
spend all this money to do all this shit, and it's just to get money back, and it's a scam.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, sure. Yeah.
If this movie does not come out, if it does not hit theaters, if it's not real, I guarantee you they're doing it so they can put these big name casts, get these big actors out there,
fucking Ryan Gosling. God damn.
and then write it off, call it a flop, and decide, oh well, we can't do it, and then they get all that money back, and then the movie just gets put in a vault somewhere, and no one ever sees it. They do
Like
it all the
Batgirl.
time. Yep,
Batgirl.
they do it all the fucking time.
I would love to see. I want to see Batgirl. I want to see the movie that was so bad they didn't even release it. God, I want to see that. So
I heard
bad.
I heard it was actually decent. I heard that
That would have been a lie.
actors-
Otherwise, they would have released it.
No, but they didn't have enough backing behind it to actually get it pushed through with advertisement or anything else. So basically, it was like one of those CW spin-off bullshit where they have the show for a season, even though the actors are paid to work 3, but they've canceled it, so now they have a bunch of money floating around that they can't use to pay the actors because there's no longer acting, so then they just keep the money. That's what I heard happen. That they had good acting, it was a decent script, the story was supposed to be actually good, it was supposed to be Batgirl and the Penguin. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true.
I mean,
this is what I heard, and it was supposed to be really good. Like the acting was decent. Like not like fucking.
I mean,
um,
if it was Colin
the
Farrell's
original
Penguin,
Batman.
if it was Colin Farrell's Penguin, I'd have been on board with that.
That's what I heard. That's what they were supposed to use. It was supposed to be like a version of what was going on between Robert Pattinson's like the Batman, and it was supposed to be set a little bit after that when they have some weird like time lapse kind of thing.
Which we're not getting a sequel for, by the way.
We're not going to.
Fucking.
But
Oh yeah, I always talk about this. I talk about how Warner Bros. And Disney are always in competition for the stupidest fucking company ever.
I don't know. Warner Brothers is kind of still on top of that.
No, they're not.
Not gonna lie.
No, they're not. Like I said,
Disney got a beat.
they just had a massive success with Penguin. Penguin was great. Right?
It was
That
good.
Penguin was probably the best thing that I'd watched this year. I thought they came out this year, right? Yeah. That was the best thing I'd watched this year. And they decided to follow it up its success by announcing they're not going to make a sequel to the Batman.
I heard they were though.
Nope. They know because they think we're stupid and we wouldn't be able to realize why there's two Batmans running around because James Gunn's got to make his Batman too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And you know, after James Gunn features James Gunn's Superman created by James Gunn, starring James Gunn. God, I fucking...
No, you know what we fucking need? We need fucking Nick Cage as Superman fighting giant space spiders. That's what we need.
I don't know. Did you guys see the behind the scenes for the Superman movie?
No.
Here's the thing. I hope that movie is good. I want that movie to be good. We need a good
talking about
Superman
the new one,
movie.
right?
Yes. Comes out in July. We need one.
No, I don't think
It's
gonna be any good.
it and Fantastic Four are probably gonna get beaten out by Jurassic World, but that really can't be helped. Fantastic Four is gonna fucking suck. I'm not gonna go see that. In
Yeah,
theaters.
it's gonna be bad. I love Pedro Pascal, but it's not gonna be.
I don't. I'm sick of seeing him in shit. Take a break, dude.
I don't mind.
He's not Reed Richards. That's
No, he's not.
terrible
a
casting
not
for
at
Reed
all.
Richards.
I agree.
That is-
I
I'm
don't think
genuinely
he's gonna do it
convinced
now.
that the reason they didn't recast John Krasinski as Reed Richards for that movie is because he read the script and said no. I'm almost positive that's what happened. I have no proof.
sense.
I have no rumors that I've heard, but I am almost dead convinced that's the reason why they didn't bring him back.
It's possible.
Where was I going with this? Oh, right.
I don't know.
Behind the scenes for Superman, I swear they taught James Gunn the most. God, he makes good movies, but man, is he a douchebag. He's the most self-entitled guy ever. Put his own dog in as Crypto. The Crypto's modeled after his dog. Put himself in Creature Commando. He's in the movie for Creature Commandos. And there's literally a line in the behind the scenes for the Superman intro where one of the writers goes, in James Gunn we trust. And I'm like, fuck
Yeah,
off.
I've seen that.
Fuck
James
off.
Gunn, we trust. I did see that.
And like,
I
you
thought
know
that's
he told them to
ridiculous.
say that too.
Well, I mean, he's arrogant, so.
Well, and part of it's because he's an arrogant douchebag. But I also think part of it is because it's the only way they have to like really drum up like, hey guys, James Gunn is doing this movie, and you guys like Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And it's like it's the way they're trying to drum up people to go see the movie, which I'm cautiously optimistic after the first reveal, like the first 5-minute reveal that they did. I'm excited. I'm kind of excited. I hope it's good.
I stopped
want it to
caring
be good.
about Superman after Henry Cavill got kicked out.
Yeah, that is
I
true.
couldn't care less.
One, we
the
haven't
same
had a
breaking
decent
point for
Superman movie.
Yeah, no,
Man
not
of
since
Steel
Man
might
of
have been a
Steel.
good movie. It wasn't a good Superman movie.
No, it was a good movie. It was not a good Superman movie.
And then they ruined
But
him
it
in
was a good
Batman v
movie.
Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I
Hey,
am.
Batman v Superman. BVS. Fucking terrible.
Especially Lex Luthor. God, like.
Why did you say that name?
Oh, that's my mom. She's my mom too. Let's get our hair braided.
Hey, for our first...
What a weird coincidence
For our-
that happens with people from completely different life circumstances.
Hey, for our first crossover movie, let's do the comic book storylines that take place like 20 years after we start being superheroes and ends our run. Let's do The Dark Knight Returns and Death of Superman in one fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, they took two...
It's bad.
They took two comic book storylines that take place near the end of their careers and shoved them into one movie. And it was the first movie they were both in. Fucking, oh, God.
And then they tried to bring it all back with Justice League, and I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here.
That's why I said
I
DC
ain't
needs
gonna fuck with
this. Here's the thing: if this movie doesn't do good, DC's done. Like they won't be able to make a movie. Ever.
DC should have died a long ass fucking time ago.
That's-
DC should have died after Aquaman.
That's
I
why
don't fucking care.
That's why July is probably the most important month for those companies because Fantastic Four needs to do good. If it doesn't do good, they're fucked. They won't be able to recover from it. And then if Superman doesn't do well, they're not going to be able to start anything. That universe is fucked too. So you
You know what we fucking need?
that
We need an actual fucking honest to god Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, you don't like
We need dark.
You don't like
We need
TMNT?
Dark Horse
I like-
comics. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have no problem with the last two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies that came out. The
One
recent
that had
ones
Stephen
were all
Amell in them. I
CGI
like
too.
that one. That was good.
Yeah, I like them. They're good. But I don't feel like they ever portray the Foot or Shredder or the actual backstory of the Turtles. I don't feel like they actually go in farther than just, oh, it's a kung fu movie with Ninja Turtles. I feel like if they actually explore, like, I want to fucking see a live action Last Ronin.
That'd be pretty cool. They did it in one of the TV shows, but they never actually gotten to adapt it very well.
No, they didn't. But if they can pull that off, Dark Horse Comics makes the best fucking shit. And they don't get anything for it because DC and Marvel are so
Is
fucking
Spawn
big.
Dark Horse?
Spawn is Dark Horse.
Hellboy is also Dark Horse.
Hellboy is Dark Horse as well. Yes.
Yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
And they don't get enough recognition.
Yeah, you guys
And
know there's a
all
new
the fucking
Hellboy
time
movie
they did
out.
it- Yeah,
went-
the Crooked
no.
Man.
It went straight to streaming. They didn't even fucking notice.
I liked it. I thought it was, good.
Is it a
Hellboy.
sequel to the last remake they did?
No.
Oh, it's just
It's not a
it's just a whole nother reboot.
It's just a whole nother Hellboy movie.
Oh well, shit. Is he any good?
Interesting.
Yeah, the acting was fairly good. I liked it. I mean,
Here's
for a
a-
Hellboy movie, it was good. So the Hellboy that they had before the Crooked Man, that was BPRD Hellboy. I don't fucking care what anybody says. Ron Perlman is,
I liked Ron
Like,
Perlman's Hellboy. Ron
animated-
Perlman's a fucking idiot though.
yeah. I did.
I
Like
love
Ron
him as an
Perlman's
actor.
Hellboy.
I hate him as a person. He's a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
I like Ron Perlman's Hellboy, and then they had the new Hellboy. I can't remember the actor, but they did the new Hellboy, the reboot.
I like
from
that one.
Ron Perlman. I like that one too. It had Mila Jovovich in it, and that one is very much BPRD Hellboy, like comic book, really close adaptation belt comic book Hellboy. The Crooked Man feels like BPRD Hellboy with a little bit more of the animation, like live. It wasn't a live action, but there was a cartoon that they had a Hellboy in the early 80s, early 90s, and it feels like animated Hellboy. It's really good. The acting's solid, but it's one of those movies that if you don't know about the story at all, it might go over your head, or it's just gonna be like, oh, this is running a little long. Because the Crooked Man that's a whole different setting because there's Hellboy, there's BPRD, and then there's the offshoot where Hellboy leaves the BPRD and he's doing his own thing. The Crooked Man is set in that setting where Hellboy is just kind of being Hellboy. If you don't know any of that, it's going to be like, oh, this is a fucking shit movie.
Okay.
If you do know it and you understand the acting, it is actually pretty good. But again, I don't overly criticize movies that are from franchises that don't get enough love as it is anyway. Hellboy needs some fucking love. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Spawn. I want a fucking
We do need-
A18 Spawn. Like, I want
Yeah,
a
we
fucking
need-
actual Spawn.
We need a new Spawn movie. That'd be fucking. Dude, the old
That would be
Spawn movies are
amazing.
so good.
They are.
But speaking
I
of
love that.
speaking of movies that are going to determine the future of a company, let's talk about Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So yes, they did a leaked trailer, which you could only see at Star Wars Celebration, but people have leaked it around.
Well, of course they're
TikTok
going to
and
leak it.
stuff. I don't know what to think about this movie.
I couldn't care less. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, here's the thing: the last Mandalorian season aired 2022, I think, 2023,
22.
22.
22, beginning of 23, I think.
I think so. Yeah. So 4 years ago, 4 years later, this movie's coming out. Does Mandalorian have? First of all, also season 3 was dog ass.
Yeah,
I hated season 3 of Mandalorian. So does this movie have enough legs to do well?
No.
Not really.
It depends on how strong the fandom is for Grogu.
Oh yeah. Again, this is the biggest problem. This is the one thing I hate. Grogu can never grow as a character because he has to stay a baby to stay relevant forever.
Yeah. If he doesn't say Baby Yoda, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, that's what I fucking hate. Like, he can't grow as a character ever. That's the box they've written themselves into.
They should have done like the Adventures of Grogu. Daddy Mandy's dead. What does he do? Like something.
From what?
But they didn't give him an option. They wrote him out, and he was supposed to go training as a Jedi, and then Luke fucking, oh, you can either be a Jedi or you could go be a regular person. Make the choice. And he was like, ah.
Which happened in the
And-
middle of Book of Boba Fett, so anyone who went from season 2 of Mandalorian to season 3 of Mandalorian really got really fucking confused.
Yeah, because they're like, what the fuck's going on?
Wait, what happened?
But why is he here? But they wrote themselves out. The only way it's gonna go well is if the fandom for Grogu is so strong that they knock the doors down in tides to go see that fucking movie.
Here's the only way I think this movie can succeed is that, so again, it's a Star Wars movie, so I mean people will probably go see it. The thing is
Star Wars,
how
of course they
much is
will.
it going to cost? Because again, we've been at shows now that are like this fucking Andor season, $275 million Andor season.
Yeah.
Which means that if these movies are at the same scale as some of these TV shows, then these movies, like, well, again, we've had Marvel movies where they have to lie about their budgets, like they did with Captain America. They had to lie about the budget to try to make it seem like it broke even or made some money, which it definitely did. That movie definitely lost money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they said it cost $180 million, despite the fact that it was reshot twice, which is a lie. But yeah, this movie has to be done really, really cheap. Otherwise, they're gonna have to it's gonna have to crack $1 billion just to make money, which I don't know if it can. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know.
Personally, I couldn't fucking care less about that movie because I'm so tired of Mandalorian and Grogu.
I'm with Indy to an extent. Like I think like
I'm just
Grogu
tired
has
of it.
no legs
Like-
to stand on himself. Like you said, he can't grow as a character at this point. So
No,
why do we
it's-
even
it's over
bother?
and done with. Like we don't. He's gonna stay a child forever. The only way they can ever have anything that goes on is if they kill off Pedro Pascal again, like they did with The Last of Us. They're gonna have to kill him off in that show.
I'm actually genuinely surprised they actually killed him off that early.
No, that had to happen.
Well, I thought they were going because the reason why, like, people fucking hate Last of Us Part 2 for that reason, because they killed him off immediately.
Yeah,
Instead
they
of-
didn't give anything.
I thought the route they were going to go in that was like build up,
Like he doesn't
show
die
the
that early?
flashbacks first, because like in the game he dies, then you do the flashbacks, then you see why.
Yeah,
Abby
and then
did.
you see it.
And
But
then,
no.
I thought they were going to go the other route and do the flashbacks first, so and then have him die near the end of the season, so that you would have more like, okay, now I understand why. I don't.
No,
fucking-
but the
I hate
reason
that
why- I'm
game.
gonna tell you
I
the
hate
whole-
that game only because it kills Joel off. I fucking hate that game.
I'm going to tell you exactly why they did it that way. They killed Joel off in the very, very beginning. Because without him dying in the beginning and then him playing off with the flashbacks later, instead of revealing the flashbacks first and then having, oh, Joel's been dead this entire time, is because that is one reason. Oh, no, Joel's, they either have to say, oh, it's Joel's actually been dead the entire time. And this is just Ellie remembering shit and do the whole dream sequence bullshit, which never fucking works. Or they kill him off early, create a stable tension line and a hook for people to be engaged in to want to see the lady that killed him, to see Abby killed. That's the only reason. Because if there's no reason for someone to hate a character, they're not going to hate the character. Yeah, they'll hate they'll hate the actor for sure. You can come up with a million reasons why you can hate an actor just because they're there.
Okay.
I don't like that actor because their teeth are too white. I don't like that actor because that bitch's face looks like a warped potato. I'm not naming any names, but we know who I'm talking about. She's a great actress. I love her acting. I love her acting. She's a fantastic actress. But god damn, that girl scares me. I swear to God. The face gives me nightmares. But she's a great actress. But they had to have a reason for the character for the audience to be invested in seeing something happen. Joel died second episode in, created this whole version, this whole alternate universe of hate that people can now lean into to want to see Ellie murder Abby. And that is the only reason. If they waited too long, people are going to get stale, then they're going to get bored, and then it's going, oh, Joel died. Oh, no, Joel died. And then it's going to be one episode, and then the episode after that, it'll be 2 episodes max. Oh, Ellie's hunting Abby. Ellie found Abby. Oh, she's dead. That'll be it.
Yeah,
But if they kill him off early, then they can stretch it out. Or they can take all the cutscenes, all the memory cutscenes with Joel and with Ellie remembering him. They can turn that into episodes while she's looking for Abby, and they can extend that and using that as a way to keep the whole show going.
So it's basically just
If they
a
don't
game.
do it that way,
Basically just a
yeah,
game.
they're basically
I thought they were going to go a different route from the actual game.
no, they're going to go exactly the same way as they went with the game, because if they don't, they're not going to have a viable base to keep it going. 2 episodes, Ellie finds Abby, she's dead, that's the end of it, problem solved. Now they have a whole another 6 episodes they gotta fill, and then they're not gonna make filler because that's wasteful. Even though it's HBO Max, they don't give a fuck, but...
Speaking of filler... Sorry, I'll pulls back real quick. This is what I heard the most about this movie. Nothing can happen in this movie because there still has to be a Mandoverse finale. The Jon Favreau movie, the one that's going to be the sequel to Ahsoka and Mandalorian, and basically it's going to have the Thrawn final plot line. So, from what I heard, this movie, like from all the clips that people have seen and all the tests, like footage that people have seen, it's just filler bounty hunter shit. Like nothing important is happening. So,
yeah, but that could still be fun.
No, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
It could, but will it?
I'm going to tell you. No, I already. You want to know what this movie is? Will this movie sell? Will this movie be good? Yes, it'll sell because it's Star Wars. Will people care? Probably because it's fucking Star Wars. And you have one side of the fandom that's going to be, oh my god, it's Star Wars. And you have this side, oh my god, it's Star Wars. That's it. But I'm going to tell you exactly what this fucking movie is. This fucking movie is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's it.
Temple of Doom, that's high praise.
Oh.
No, it's not. Because the Temple of Doom is fucking amazing. It's a great movie. But it has no part in the story of Indiana Jones at all.
Oh.
Raiders
See,
of the
I
Lost
think
Ark
it's
is
going to be
connected to
Indiana
Last
Jones and the
Crusade.
Dial of Destiny.
No, I don't know. Because I like Dial of Destiny. But Dial of Destiny that's the finale. That's why they
How do you
didn't give a
like
shit
Dial of
about the
Destiny?
finale.
It ruins
I
his
do.
character.
I don't know. It does ruin his character.
I feel like we've had this
but for
conversation
whatever
already.
reason, I think we have. I love Dial of Destiny just because it's a fucking Indiana Jones movie. I couldn't fucking care less. But if you go back to, if you ignore Dial of Destiny, ignore Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, this movie is fucking Temple of Doom. You had your story, but that was Mandalorian season 1 through 3. That was your Raiders of the Lost Ark. Mandalorian and Grogu, that's your Temple of Doom. Something actiony, something to keep people interested. Oh, hey, this is still a thing that exists. And then you're going to have your Raiders of the Lost Ark, or the Last Crusade. Then you're going to have that, and that will be the final piece. All this is Temple of Doom. That's it.
Okay.
I have
That's a decent prediction.
horrific confession to make.
You've never watched any of them.
Did
We
you?
know.
No, I've seen.
Did you also
I
like
think
Dial
all
of Destiny?
but the last one. No,
No.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you. My first ever movie of the Indiana Jones
It's Kingdom of
films
the
I
Crystal
watched
Skulls, wasn't it?
was Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's okay, bro. Me too. It's okay.
Yeah, it's like a
I
movie.
didn't.
My
I didn't
dad-
watch
my
the
dad was
original
more of a Star
3
Wars
movies
guy.
until I was in my mid-20s. No, and that
No,
was my.
King-
So
Kingdom of the
that's a
Crystal
weird thing
Skulls
for
is a
me.
good movie.
My
It is a good
mom.
movie.
My mom loves the Indiana Jones movies, but for some reason we never owned them. We did, however, own like at least 2 sets of all the Star Wars original trilogy on VHS. Like that's how I grew up, was Star Wars and Disney movies.
Yeah, that's fair. I grew up Indiana Jones. Like, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. If it had Harrison Ford in it, I had it in my house. All right, I'm not trying to rush anybody, but we've been talking. This has been 2 hours almost.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say we could go ahead and try and rush through this and get to the end because there's like there's like 2 more things that I really want to talk about.
Yeah, we can get through it.
We'll rush through. We'll skip the Road to the Hut thing, but Road to the Hut's been going to be introduced in the Mando movie. I
Oh
don't know if you guys remember the Clone Wars movie.
Another
kinda.
baby alien.
No, he's not a baby. He's a full-grown.
Oh, he's a full
He's a
adult now?
gladiator now.
A gladiator? How is
Yeah.
a hut a glad? That's fucking.
That's what they were. They were that until they became fat and sluggish and. No, yeah, they're tough. That's the reason why they were gladiators.
Well, yeah, I mean they're
like back during the
effective
the
tanks, but-
Rakatan whole thing, like the Huts were like warriors.
Yeah, the
And
Huts were like.
and they were force resistant too.
They're bad.
So
Yeah. That's why Jedi don't really fuck with
that's
the
the
Hutts,
reason
because
why
they
they built
can't
a,
hit them.
that's the reason that's how they built an empire. Because they were warriors. But yeah, the end of the trailer shows Road to the Hut with like a 6-pack or something. Fucking, I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Here's a real quick thing that I thought was really cool. Manga adaptation of the Thrawn book.
I'd read that.
I would read the shit. This is probably something I will actually end up buying. Cause I have my manga Mandalorian bit here that I got while I was in Japan, and I love this thing. Can't read it. but it's Japanese.
Oh, you know, is it in hiragana or katakana?
Hiragana. I
Oh,
believe.
well then, I mean, it should be hard to read then.
Yeah, I don't know hiragana.
Well, I do.
I know a couple. I know that's E. I know Sue. But yeah, I can't read the whole fucking book. It's got.
You're one of them.
Got pretty pictures. Yeah, I found it while I was in Japan. It was like 700 yen, so I bought it. Thought it
Yeah,
was
that's
nice.
a fair price.
It looks.
Oh, it is.
It looks nice up there.
It looks very nice. It looks very nice.
So, but yeah, I'll probably end
It
up buying
loo- it
this
is
when it
very
comes
nice.
out.
You should add it to your collection.
There's some black. I hate the black series. Fucking. Here's another or Monopoly Go Star Wars collab. Whatever. It's Monopoly. Wait, was Monopoly Go the game that we played on Steam?
No.
No,
No, I think it's
that's
the phone one.
The
That's
phone,
the phone
one.
one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. I was about to say, because if we play the Monopoly Go on Steam, well, we could play a game of Monopoly. This is like fun. Here's another thing I didn't know was a thing, was Young Jedi Adventures. Actually, I knew it was a thing. I thought it hadn't come out yet. Apparently it's on season 3 now.
Okay, well that's cool.
That's something. Yeah, that's for kids. Don't make it. Now, here's one thing that I wanted to talk about. This is the last thing on the page. So we have this, and then one more thing to talk about is the MetaQuest announcements that they made. So
No.
there's 2 games that they're already out on the Quest. It's Vader Immortal, which is probably one of the best Star Wars games that's been made. I love it. I love Vader Immortal. Great game.
I haven't played it.
There's Tales of the Outer Rim, which is which was fun. I thought it was fun. It was just like you play like a scoundrel type bounty hunter smuggler guy. Technically, you play a freight worker who gets stranded on the planet. I forgot what it's called. It's the place that that the Disney one is based off of. I've just forgot. I said the name.
Jakku?
No, it's not Jakku.
Oh,
Batu.
Batsu. Okay.
That's the name. The one that fuck. I literally said it earlier in this video and I forgot the name of it. Matt, what's the name of it? The Star
What?
Wars park.
The Star Wars.
Galaxy's Edge?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's
Thank you.
Edge.
Yeah, I
Galaxy's Edge.
totally blanked. It's the place that Galaxy's Edge is based off of, and you meet characters. You get to shoot droids and people and stuff. It's fun. There's like a couple DLCs where you can play as like a Jedi. I thought they were
I'm
gonna.
gonna tell you right now, if it's not anything like the Disney Star Wars Connect, I don't care.
Oh no, the greatest game of all time.
Oh.
If I can't do
Wars
the
Connect.
funny little Han Solo dance, I don't care.
I loved the game. I thought it was really fun. I thought we were gonna
liked
get
it. I
more
had
of it, but instead, what we're getting now is this game. I forgot what the name of it is. So it is a pod racing game that has augmented reality. So you can basically like play it in your living room and stuff too. So like the tracks will appear on like your surfaces in your living room, which I think is cool. I have a Quest 3. I haven't busted it out in like 4 months because I have this little tripping hazard running around now. So I haven't busted out
Fair
the
enough.
VR in a while, but I probably would play this.
Dangerous sport.
But I thought it was really cool. Beyond Victory is what it's called.
Saw you working
Oh, that'd
on
be
your
fun.
pod last
I
night.
can't use
race?
Yeah.
headsets.
Winning races is sort of my
But
thing.
I thought it was cool. It shows you can like work on your pod too. You can do like repairs, which I think is pretty neat. There hasn't been a decent pod racing game since Racer for the N64. So
Yeah, no, that is 100% true.
So I'm down for a pod racing game. You know, it's simple. It's hard to fuck up. It's hard
This
to
is real pod racing.
it's hard to fuck up a racing game. Like,
No, this is pod racing. That's what he said.
and it was made for the people who made Vader Immortal.
Than you can possibly imagine.
Well, then it should be
Follow
good.
me and
I love
will
Vader Immortal.
instruct
Vader
you in
Immortal's
its
so fun.
ways.
You just walk around as Vader and kill people.
And Tales from the Galaxy's
Hey, kid,
Edge.
question for you.
Honestly,
How
that
are you
would be
with
a
top
pretty
secret
dope-ass game,
stuff?
just walking around as Vader.
Vader
also
and
fun.
Just making a sandbox kind of game.
But yeah, so that's the other announcement is this pod racing game, which I think could be fun.
I think it'll be fun. I have to see. I have to.
I would probably buy it.
I haven't.
That
my-
is
my-
it for that. So the last thing we have to go over, which will probably be the last thing we talk about, very important stuff. Hold on. I need the recent news here. It's gotta be the recent one. Come on. I had it. I had it a little while ago. Maybe it's because I'm on fucking DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo sucks.
I hate this one. This one's garbage.
Time to use it.
I don't know how to spell this lady's name.
Just do your best. That's all we can hope for.
I know this
Have
is
y'all seen-
this is riveting for you guys. You just stare at the blank
Oh
screen.
yeah, no, it's perfect. Have y'all ever watched the live action Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah, I think I saw the first episode of it. I didn't mind it.
Don't even. No, please. It's terrible. It's not good.
I can't find the tweet.
The first episode was okay, but that's just because it was like the introductory to everything. Hiei's too tall. Kuwabara is fucking not Kuwabara. Fucking what's his goddamn Fox Boy? I can't remember his fucking name.
I can't find it, but
Fox Boy isn't the right. I don't know.
This
It was
is
terrible.
what we're talking about real quick. Oh, I just exited out of it. There you go.
You did.
So couldn't find the tweet, but it was confirmed that it is still in development. It was not canceled yet.
Okay. Yet being the key word.
Okay.
I feel like that Karibo needs to be more into the shot. Like I feel like he could be like the star of the show. Just saying.
But yeah, it's a good little spot here. But behold, what do you guys think? No, that's right. Most of you can't.
You're attending as Ray for Charmin Obey Chinoy.
I don't know how to spell Charmino Bay Chinoy's name.
I don't have a problem with Ray as I don't have a problem with
fucking
Disney
do.
being Ray.
This is a terrible idea.
No, it is. It is terrible. I'm gonna. This is. You asked the question. I'm gonna answer you.
Right. Go on.
I don't have a problem with Daisy Ridley being Ray as her character because she's the one that started Ray. Whatever. That's fine. What I have a problem with is the fact that they're bringing her back at all. Her whole thing is done. She finished it off in the last fucking movie which she was in. She needs to go away. As an actress, I don't have a problem with Daisy Ridley. I feel like they put her in a box with Disney put her in a box, and she was never allowed to get bigger than that. And that is a sad fact of life. I don't think she's ever going to get any better than what she is. And I that's it. That's all I have to say about Daisy Ridley. Okay. This does not need to happen.
This is
Ray is done.
I swear, if Kathleen Kennedy does leave, this movie is getting canceled. I don't give a fuck. I don't know.
It needs to be. It doesn't. No.
They just got writers for it. They were literally constantly. This movie was announced last year or 2 years ago, I think, and they haven't been able to find a writer for it in that time. They keep having writers walk off.
They couldn't find a brain dead monkey do it. Just give a monkey a typewriter. He'll give you a script. I guarantee you.
That's probably better than what anyone else Disney
It
could
would
put
probably
out
be
right
better. I was about to say.
You're guys not excited for Charmin? I like to make men uncomfortable. Obey Chinoy Star Wars movie.
No, I would love to see. I want to see what happens. You know what? No, honestly, no. We need this movie. We need this movie to happen, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh no! If this movie is
Ray's
made,
character.
dude, I'm gonna make so much content. It's gonna be
Okay, no.
So
wonderful.
we can finally kill.
Oh, it's gonna be great. But they need this movie. This movie needs
that'd be
to happen
cool, actually.
because you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna make this movie. It comes out, and it's going to prove everything Indy has said correct, and Star Wars is going to die.
You're right. You're right. Though I don't care how this movie will not succeed. If they do make it,
It's not.
it's gonna go in the history books. It's gonna be our Snow White. You know,
It's gonna be our Snow White.
it's gonna be our Snow White.
It needs to happen.
It's gonna be our The Marvels.
Because
It's gonna be our The Marvels.
Jesus Christ!
It's gonna be.
No, that's
it's gonna
bad.
launch. It's gonna launch YouTube careers. It's gonna be
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
gonna
great
make
for us.
it's gonna make already established YouTubers so much fucking money.
It is. But I promise you, if they make this movie if they make this movie, it comes to fruition, it gets out, it gets on ticket sales, it's going to be box office after box office after box office, it's going to be completely fucking empty. No one's going to go see this fucking movie. It's going to completely flop. People are going to say, you know what? We don't need another trilogy of Daisy Ridley running around. Oh, there's sand in my shoes. I have to pretend. Oh my god, it's an evil version of myself. I love my cousin. I'm actually a Palpatine. They need this to happen. Because this will be the final nail in the fucking Disney coffin for Star Wars. They will fucking either kill it off completely and say, you know what, Star Wars is done. We're just going to make small shows and that's it for a little while. Or, and this is what I hope happens, or it'll fucking wake them up and say, we have a whole $1 billion worth of fucking extended universe stuff that we can use, and they can actually do something with it, and that might actually revitalize the series.
Oh.
But it has to die first!
I forgot. There was one other thing that I forgot to mention, but it's okay because we can go off of it with this, and we don't have to talk too long about it. But, yeah. What about you, Matt? What do you think of a Rey movie?
I think I'm with Indy on this one. It should finally kill her as a character.
That would be awesome.
They will never have to
well,
see
it would be a
nonsense
trilogy.
again.
They'd have to make it into a trilogy.
It would be an absolute
Oh,
trilogy,
dear God.
and they're gonna have to be another fucking Rey trilogy, and it's gonna
imagine?
fucking bomb, and it'll kill off the series.
Could you imagine
It'll kill
them-
Star Wars.
Could you imagine
for
them
mainstream
committing-
viewers?
Could you imagine them
So who made
committing?
her a Jedi Master?
Call it episode
do we just
10.
call ourselves
Could
Jedi
you
Masters now?
imagine if they make it episode 10, commit to a full trilogy? Because you can't stop that trilogy halfway through. That would
No, you
there's
can't.
no way you could get away with that. Oh, how much money they would waste! Oh, if anything,
You
it
think
could
the
bankrupt
Disney
We're gonna make a
Lucasfilm.
new movie. It would.
Disney actually
gonna
does
make a new
care.
trilogy.
Disney doesn't care.
Here's the thing. No. I think at the end of the day, Disney actually does care, but they just don't know how to fix it at this point. They are
No,
so
they're hoping.
they-
They're hoping this kills them.
like
They're
even
hoping it kills
Marvel.
it.
Marvel fired a bunch of their stupid activist writers, and they still made Daredevil Born Again, which is terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
And like we thought they fixed it. They didn't fix anything. It's still bad there because they don't know how to course correct. I think Lucasfilm's in the same boat. Like just Disney in general, I'm pretty sure they know something's wrong, but then their crazy ass echo chamber Hollywood bubble, they for the life of them can't figure out what they're doing wrong. Because everyone around them is telling them that they're doing the right thing. Like
Yeah,
know,
it's nothing but yes men.
Ray movie. Everyone loves Ray. What are you talking about? There's just a couple man children on the internet who don't like Ray. Just make the movie. And they listen to that and go, you know what? It is just a couple man children on the internet. It's not that we fucking call half the audience idiots or we're trying to turn Star Wars into a female brand.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's
I can't deny that one. After playing Outcast, I can't deny that one.
yeah, it's don't get me wrong. Women like Star Wars, but women like
There's
the
nothing wrong with
male
that.
Star Wars. Like Star Wars was made for men.
Yeah.
Period. Women like the Star Wars that was made for men. So keep making it for men. Unbelievable. But
I can't disagree with
yeah,
that
so
one.
the movie is still, again, this is another thing. If they do make this movie, how are they making it for anything less than $300 million?
Unless they do it like fucking Shaun of the Dead style. It's just Daisy Ridley running through Tatooine. I got
If they made movies
somewhere.
if they made these movies on the cheap, it could make money. But they can't. Disney doesn't know how to do that.
No,
well,
they're
I should
go big or
clarify.
go home.
Marvel doesn't know how to do that. Which I would think by extension, just Disney in general doesn't know how to do that. But
No, I don't think
Marvel
so.
can't make movies for cheap. Marvel can't spend less than $200 million on a movie. Period. And so I would think Star Wars is in the same boat. But whatever. All right. The last thing that we want to talk about, because I totally forgot it was a thing, is the fact that this movie is still happening. And now I say that movie is probably going to get a ridiculous budget. And then we have this. Oh, wait. Did it not? Fuck. Hold on. I messed it up. OBS messed up.
Oh,
I
not
put-
OBS.
I put the wrong news article up. There we go. All right. This one.
Sorry. I got Sailor Moon stuck in my head.
Oh, right.
Yes, so the last thing we have is this announcement. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Which I could be excited for. You got Sam Witwer. You got Sam Witwer coming back as Maul. I, unlike a lot of people on this side of the Star Wars fandom, I don't mind what they do with Maul. Like some people think he's been overplayed. Some people think that they should never have brought him back. I don't mind. I like the
No,
stuff. I like the stuff
I-
that Maul's that they used Maul in.
I have
I
to
like
admit,
Maul.
so episode 1, Darth Maul was straight up like first place for my new favorite character, and then he just fucking died. And I was like, that's such a waste of what that character could have been. And
And then
so
they
when
bring
they
him
brought him back, I was expecting something more, and like what we got wasn't bad. There was a lot of good story with Maul.
I
and
liked him
learning
as an
about like how he ran stuff, but like I just wasn't the same thing to me.
He
'Cause, like,
felt filled.
It was
he
the,
didn't
it was
feel
the first
filled in.
time we saw, first off, a double-bladed lightsaber. That was fucking awesome.
That was awesome.
And then the fact that the guy who they got to play him was straight up just they found him training on a mountaintop because he was an actual
Ray
martial
Park,
artist.
yeah.
Yeah, so like having this dude doing all these fucking flips and shit and doing all this
For real,
awesome
like real
stuff
life. That was cool
so
shit.
fucking cool. And you had this dude, and he was like dark and mysterious, and you're like, we don't really get to see a lot of him. He has these weird markings on his face, and then he takes off his hood, and it's like, oh my god, he has horns. What the hell is happening? Holds his own against one Jedi and a Padawan, I guess technically. And then the Padawan just jumps out of a hole and cuts him in half, and it's like, oh well, that was kind of lame.
I feel like they set that up on purpose, though. I feel like that was some foresight that Disney had back in the day, or just that Lucas.
Yeah, it wasn't Disney back then,
in the
buddy.
day. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
not Disney back
It took
then.
me a minute.
Those
No,
were simpler
that's what I'm
times.
Yeah, no, I feel like that was Lucasfilms. I feel like they had that set up because they had really good forethought. Like we're gonna have him killed off, air quotes, in the first movie, but we're gonna bring him back later because
I mean, George
the
Lucas
technology
brought him back.
exists. Yeah, so I think they did that for a reason, but then they bring him back and then he's not filled in.
Actually,
He's only half the man he was.
if I remember correctly, he came back before the Clone War, because when does Shadowhunter take place? No, Shadowhunter takes place before Episode 1. There's
Yeah.
another Maul Lockdown. No, Maul Lockdown took place after Clone Wars. Never mind.
Is this for an active shooter? What the fuck?
Maul Lockdown's a book. I think it's after he is sent to prison after Ahsoka arrests him.
I got that. Apparently my joke was bad.
Oh, but yeah, I like.
No,
all
I
the-
got it.
I like all the Mauls. The problem I have with this one, because like when he takes control of Black Sun and Clone Wars, and when he takes control of Mandalore, that's cool. Siege of Mandalore is cool. The fight with Ahsoka, one of the best lightsaber duels of all time. So this, for the way I'm seeing here, this is essentially between him breaking out of prison, like where we saw him in Solo, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's
Okay,
where
I
they're
could get.
that's where
I
they're
could
gonna
get
place him
behind that.
here. Is
I could
like
get
when he's in
behind
charge
that.
when he's in charge of Black Sun. But I'm curious how he ends up there to where he is in Rebels, because that's the time frame that we need now.
I've
You
never
Mm.
seen Solo either.
Yeah, Solo's good. It's
I didn't
okay.
finish Solo.
I
Solo
did. I liked
Solo
it.
lost money. Hashtag Solo lost money. Terrible show. Terrible movie.
I liked it. But
I think
Andy
it
likes
had a
most
fine
things, though.
premise. I think they were more worried about, hey, guess where'd the dice come from? Where did the name Han Solo come from? It's because he's by himself. He's
Yeah.
solo. That's stupid. They were more concerned of like, hey, did you ever wonder where this thing came from? Because that's where
Yeah,
this
they were
thing
worried
came
about
from.
meaningless.
So-
They were worried about meaningless backstory, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed the premise of the movie and I still had fun with it.
So
I learned fairly recently, just because we're talking about Han, it was something that I didn't know because I don't pay attention to actors all that super much. But apparently Harrison Ford fucking hated playing Han Solo.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he didn't like
oh
it.
yeah, he hates Han Solo.
Yeah, fucking
He's-
despised that
He is the
character.
one who wanted him to die in Force Awakens. He's the reason
Oh,
that happened.
absolutely.
Because he didn't want to play him
I
anymore.
just, I
He didn't
guess
wanna play
my
anymore.
whole thing
Also, fuck
wasn't-
him for that.
I didn't think it was because he hated him. I thought it was because he was tired of making those movies. But
No,
no,
he absolutely hated the
fucking
character.
hated it.
He hated the character. He said he was a sleazeball. That was the kind of character that he hated playing, but he couldn't step away from it because he had already made the commitment to do it. So and he's getting
Who
paid.
shot- who
and he's
shot
on contract,
first?
So,
Who shot first? I don't care. I don't care. That's the best. That's the best Harrison Ford line. No, I saw a funny meme. It showed him as Red Hulk. And it's like, turns out they actually didn't need to use any CGI. They just had a bunch of interns constantly ask Harrison Ford Star Wars questions. So,
I mean, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Why did he say he made it in less than so many parsecs? That's just a measure of distance, not time.
Yes, because that's how long you can go before you lose Imperial Pursuit. That's what the Kessel Run is. Or, no, it's the distance you need to actually make it out of the maw, I believe, is what defines.
So the reason he held that record, from what I remembered looking up, was because he went through dangerous places in space where most other people wouldn't.
He went through the maw, which is by Kessel.
Physical,
Yeah.
he cut the physical distance shorter,
Yeah.
is what happened. But the way they framed it, he did the Kessel Run in less than so many parsecs. Everybody was like,
That's a
wow, that
measure of
must have been
distance.
really fast.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's yeah, no. I
That
got
was-
it because
that
I
was what I
understand physics and
all that stuff. So I think
I was like,
I didn't get it for a very long time.
I got it, but
I
it didn't
think-
bother me. I was like, oh.
you put the writing team from Clone Wars behind this. You put a decent budget, give it like 10, 20 million. Hopefully it's not going to make waves, but it might end up like a cult classic like Rebels, People
Okay,
like
as long as
people
you
like
give
Tales of
Sam
the-
Wit,
Yeah, Sam Witwer playing him, obviously.
that's a big bonus. And if you can give him a decent script, he'll knock it out of the park. I
Put
guarantee
him
it.
in charge of the fucking project.
Oh yeah, it would be amazing.
I would be so content if he was just like, all right, here's your thing. Make it. Plus that would give him. I've been asking people to give Sam Witwer shit to do for years, like because he's a creative too. Like he's a writer. He's a writer. He knows Star Wars. He knows his characters. He's passionate. He's young, so you get the talent in there. I want them to give him something to do. And if they can pull this show off, they can put him in fucking charge. Of
The only reason Callisto Protocol was any good was because Sam Witwer was in it.
Yeah.
I love Callisto Protocol. It's a great horror game, and Sam Witwer's in it, and he does a great job in his character. And I like that game because of his character.
Again, I might be using the Filoni effect where I think Sam Witwer can save Star Wars, but I remember once a time where Sweet Summer Child Nephilim said that about Dave Filoni. But
You did say that, yes.
That's
I
right.
remember.
That's
I
right.
was confused because you were so mad about him. I'm like, but you were liking him the
Yeah, no, I can admit I was wrong. I had false hopes.
No, see, the thing was, I have the difference between Dave Filoni and Sam Witwer is I feel like Dave Filoni got into it for the money, and Sam Witwer's in it for
The love of the game.
the creative.
The
For the
love of the
creative.
game.
That's it. He's only in it because he enjoys it. Filoni is all about his fucking money. He wants to make the dime. He can do that. Whitwer just wants to make something that
No,
everyone can enjoy.
I think Filoni's more in it for the control over Star Wars. Like he wants to
Yeah, that
be
too.
the guy.
Yeah,
So I
can see that.
feel I kind of fell for the whole Dave Filoni thing too, because around the time Mandalorian was releasing, season 1 was fantastic, everybody fucking loved it, but B, they had this weird, looking back on it, weird anyways, campaign where they were showing him and Jon Favreau as just being these mega Star Wars nerds, and I was like, oh cool,
Yeah.
people that understand us.
Dave Filoni is
No, that
stupid
was
hat.
it was propaganda.
Yeah.
No,
But, again,
absolutely, absolutely.
I hope I think they've only announced it. I don't think they've given details about like who's behind it or what it's going to entail. It's probably going to be an animated series. Obviously, it's probably going to be like Clone Wars Rebels style animation, like Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, which fucking waste of a show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it could be good. Funny how this show's probably going to get like 10, 20 million, and the Rey movie's going to get but Jesus amount of money.
More,
Or
yeah.
Starfighters, like all the movies that got it's just yeah. So I will, before we finish, I wanted to ask you guys, of all the things they could make, what would you want? Okay, obviously, in a world where Lucasfilm knew what the fuck they were doing and could actually do things right, what would you want to see?
Darth Bane.
Yeah, Bane,
Darth Bane,
Revan.
absolutely. Rule of Two, that trilogy of books, dude. Oh my fucking god,
You
those
are
were good.
Saying all the right questions. I would say Rogue Squadron, but that's
I'm
Yeah,
just
Rogue
saying,
Squadron would be fun.
I spent so like I went hunting with my dad every year as a kid growing up, because that's what we did. I grew up in a rural area. We were from a bunch of like farmers and stuff. That's what we did. We went hunting. I remember none of them from the time I found those books, because I was just reading those books while we were out hunting.
What about you, Matt?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not that knowledgeable about Star Wars to really have a comment about it.
Unbelievable. And you're on a Star Wars channel. I'm joking. It's fine.
Well, we have to have that one baseline where the guy who doesn't know shit about it.
We keep Matt around for his looks.
Yeah, we gotta have
Damn
the
right
pretty
we do.
one.
I think it's really
Damn, I'm
funny.
so
You two, Neffy and Indy, you're like the two guys that are at the top of that. Matt's at the bottom, and I kind of float around in the middle somewhere where I kind of know things and then I kind of don't.
I was going, I would say Rogue Squadron,
I
Darth
just want
Bane is
better fucking Star Wars
definitely
video games.
a fucking
anything.
layup. It's a layup, is what it is. We're
I mean,
throwing out
dude,
layups.
The first book is such a crazy thing because he's just this beefed out fucking impoverished miner who just spends his entire days drilling rock, basically dying. And then he's just like, oh, the Sith are here. I have weird powers. Cool.
BRB.
Goes, learns a bunch of shit, comes back from this fucking planet after taming a goddamn Rancor with a holocron from Revan.
You know, you want to know something else? I'm going to make a controversial take. I wouldn't give a shit if they race swapped Bane. They don't care. And you know they probably do it too.
Because he was supposed to be like a gray-skinned, crazy other... He's an alien. He's not even...
Snape is black now, Zay. They don't care anymore.
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't matter.
I'm just saying...
Snape is black and Snow
also
White is Latina now.
human.
It's
But they're also humans, so there's a bit more of a bias there. Whereas Bane is... Huh?
Again, this is going to show I wouldn't give a shit if
You
Bane
could
was race
cast
swapped.
any fucking human as Bane and just throw enough makeup on him and be like, yeah, okay, cool.
You know who could probably be a cool Bane? Vin Diesel. I think I'd like to see that. He might be a little too old now, but
I get where you're going with it, but like, I don't know.
I'm just
To
thinking
me,
bald
that
guys.
doesn't
I'm just
seem
thinking bald
quite
guys.
right. Yeah, but I mean, anybody could be bald.
You know,
Look at me.
the other thing I would like to see is a Tarkin movie.
Ooh.
Give me a young Tarkin movie. Based off of the book. God. Fucking layups. We're throwing layups here, fellas. That's why they should put us in charge. All
But they
right,
won't
I
because
think
they're all terrible.
I think this was a good discussion. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
Good talk. We talk
Need I
good.
elaborate more?
We talk good. Indy make mad noise about orange lady feet.
I gotta be honest, I'm just very tired.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to call it a day. All right. Well,
All right, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
yep. Thank you guys for doing it. I'm glad we got another round to another one of these. I'm sure we'll have another one in the future soon. With any luck, I can get like a
Definitely more repo, though,
rotating
too.
panel, I guess, so I don't have to constantly drag you guys out here for this.
I mean, I'm in every time you do it. I just work a lot.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow morning, so I get to sleep in.
Lucky. I have
Alright,
to
good
leave
night,
my house by
everybody.
4 All right,
in the
later, bud.
morning.
All right, fellas. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you guys next time.